What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show, and bear with us on this one until he's not, you know? We're talking about a movie that's taken the country by storm over the past couple of months. It's Obsession from 2026. I'm Dusty Lane.
I'm Jason Mitchell.
And we are the Cenobites.
Hello?
I came for you. We have such sights to show you.
It was an excellent day for an exit.
I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
Play me.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was. This is God.
We all go a little mad sometimes. Haven't you?
Put your brothers into that door!
But sometimes that is better.
Welcome back to Oblivion, everyone. Once again, we're talking about Obsession from 2026, directed by Curry Barker, who I only found, this is his second feature film. His first one was Milk and Cereal back in 2024 that I've got to check out for sure. But this one was the first released in theaters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that you call the other one a feature film. I found a little, not much on it, but
Feature length.
a found footage horror film made for $800 and nobody would pick it up as far as distributor, so he released it for free on YouTube.
That's the Milk and Cereal one?
Yeah.
Oh, no
so
shit.
as far as feature film, it's his first film.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would
Yeah.
say Obsession is his first.
We would call this his directorial debut
Yeah,
for all intents
absolutely.
and purposes, for sure.
Yeah.
Also written by Barker. Studios involved Blumhouse Productions, Capstone Studios, and T-Shop Productions.
Does that fucking surprise you anymore? I feel like everything that's new is either Blumhouse or A24.
You know?
Pretty much.
And I don't have a problem with that. Like,
No.
Neon has had a lot of really good ones lately in the past few
couple.
years, for sure. But yeah, Blumhouse and A24 are right there. As far as, horror films,
Just dominating
they're
everything,
fucking,
yeah.
the
That's
1-2 punch of horror these days.
I almost thought Neon was paired with one of those guys.
It could be.
with
I'm
one
not
of the
really
recent
sure.
ones.
It's
So
possible.
it's just woo.
Yeah,
Hey man, I don't know,
exactly.
give them to me. You know.
This was distributed by Focus Features in the U.S. and Universal internationally. Of course, this is rated R. We got a little bit of nudity. We got some sex scenes. We got a decent amount of blood, I would say, throughout, sprinkled in.
That's okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a gore fest or anything,
Right.
but I think the blood is very tasteful and appropriate where it's put.
Did you get where the inspiration of this movie came from?
Please enlighten me.
So Obsession was inspired by the Simpsons episode
Yes.
Treehouse of Horror 2.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Which, if you dive even deeper, that episode was inspired by W.W. Jacobs' short story, The Monkey's Paw,
Mhm.
and the Twilight Zone episode, A Small Talent for War.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
Yeah, I did have a little bit of that in the background that I put down here before we get started. Obviously, runtime of 109 minutes on this, but it didn't feel long to me because I was fucking engaged the entire time. There's not a second of this movie that goes by that I'm not completely drawn in.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was definitely enough. It definitely felt long to me, though.
That makes sense. Now, full disclosure, when you first saw this movie, you told me you fucking hated it.
I wasn't
You wanted
feeling
your
it.
money back. You
Yeah.
just weren't into it in the theater. You and Ashley both.
Yeah, I feel like I could tell. It was a case of the trailer felt like something different than when
Okay.
I sat down and we started to watch, because 20 or 25 minutes in, I was looking at my watch going, oh, okay.
Gotcha.
But
okay.
it does turn around, you know?
I think that there's a lot. We're going to get into a lot about this movie, and there's a lot of things that I picked up on as a kind of self-proclaimed student of history. And I was seeing a lot of things in Egyptian culture, in the background of genies and jinns that we'll talk about a little bit. I think that was a very intentional through line through this movie.
Hell yeah.
Our setting, we're actually not super sure. It's designed to kind of feel like an ambiguous small town, sort of in anywhere USA.
Mm-hmm.
Some things in the movie suggest maybe Georgia or Alabama. Some other things maybe Pennsylvania or the Midwest somewhere. We don't really know. But I did catch Ohio specifically mentioned in something we see on screen at some point that I'll get into.
Okay.
So I kind of think maybe it could be Ohio.
Hell yeah.
We do know that this was shot entirely in Southern California, and they used several real locations such as Castle's Music in San Fernando, the Green Man Shop in Burbank is the Little Crystal Shop,
Oh, okay.
Little Tony's Restaurant in North Hollywood is where they have their date, and Cadillac Jack's Diner in Sun Valley next to the Pink Motel is the diner scene in the beginning when he's like professing his love for Nikki.
Right.
But practicing on a waitress.
Yeah. Poor waitress. You better fucking tip her.
For our plot on this one, listen guys, wishes make dreams come true, but nightmares are also dreams.
That was part of my thing with this movie was I feel like just the baseline of, you make a wish and it's more than you want it to be is pretty fucking basic to me.
It is.
I mean, a lot of things
And
come to mind.
some people have knocked it for that. It's kind of
Right.
cliche, sort of a classic hack job of like, this is the
Said shit, dude, The Craft.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There was one that came to mind, at least for me being a little kid, and one that's kind of not all crazy the whole time.
And there's
you know
been
what I'm
like
saying?
movie adaptations of like The Monkey's Paw and stuff.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's that classic story of be careful what you wish for.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes wishes, and we'll talk about like I want to get into specifically genies and jinns because they're fucked up. They're gonna fuck with you,
Mhm.
and you're not gonna like it. Let's get into the cast list a little bit though. We've got Baron Bailey, played by Michael Johnston, but everybody calls him Bear. That's his nickname.
Right.
Nikki Freeman, which that's a hilarious name by the way. Nikki Freeman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Played by Indy Neveretti. She was in 13 Reasons Why on Netflix and also Wander Darkly.
Okay.
I guess her screams and facial expressions were performed without any CGI or AI touch-ups or anything like that. Like that was all practical makeup that they did and her actually just performing.
Yeah, I would think so. I didn't think anything looked inhuman,
Well, that's the whole thing. They do something in this movie that makes us think something's off, and I'll get into that in a minute too. But we've also got Ian, Bear's best friend here, played by Cooper Tomlinson, who is the other half of Curry Barker's comedy duo, That's a Bad Idea.
Okay. It's like YouTube stuff, right?
Yeah. We've got Sarah Harper, played by Megan Lawless. Carter Harper, her dad, that either owns or manages the music shop.
Right.
Played by fucking Andy Richter coming out of nowhere, dude.
I didn't even fucking realize.
I love that dude. He
Wow.
fucking, I think he was Conan O'Brien's, like, right-hand man on the
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien show
Oh,
for
yeah.
a while. But he's come into his own, at least, I know he's been in some movies here and there, obviously, but he was also in Santa Clarita Diet. Did you ever watch that show?
No, I know what you're talking about.
It's
though.
fucking great, man. He's got a line in there that cracks me up every time I see it.
Hell yeah.
We've got Viola, who is the crystal shop worker in the beginning, played by Haley Fitzgerald. And then we've got Harry, who's the crystal shop guy toward the end, played by Darren Toonder, which that's a fun name.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only other person I've got for the cast is the One Wish Willow custoster service rep
Yeah,
voice
guy
on the phone. Yeah, that's Curry Barker himself.
Me, if you call me.
Hey,
Hey.
what's up?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Yeah. Well, we don't really do that, so.
Yeah. Completely fucking disinterested. Cinematography in this by Taylor Clemens. Fucking bang up job, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Music by Rock Burwell, which this is his debut film as well, and I think he fucking knocks it out of the park. The score is super creepy in all the right spots. It crescendos and cuts out right when you need it to just give those fucking vibes.
Did he do the stuff, like, I feel like a couple times it sounds like there's like a band playing,
There are a couple needle drops in this movie, and they mention...
Those actual bands.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I
think
didn't really
like
know.
Kids plays at one point. There's a couple at the very end for the credits. Forever by the Little Dippers is playing.
Okay.
So like there are some needle drops here.
I got you.
And normally something ironic to kind of give the audience a nod, like, do you
Something
get
with
it?
the lyrics, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can notice that.
Special effects in this by Ali Shehorn, who is the makeup and special effects artist, and Peter Timberlake and D.L. Guerra for the digital and on-set visual effects.
Timberlake.
Yeah, I wonder if he's fucking related to Justin, dude. Maybe he's the one that bailed him out when he got in that fucking DUI.
Fucking ramen head.
I forgot about that, dude. That's why he's been, like, shaved for the most part since then, I feel like. Taglines for this movie, unofficially, you wished for this. But officially, be careful what you wish for, of course.
Wow.
Which, I mean, yeah, it's on the nose, but whatever, it fucking works. So yeah, the background that I promised. Barker was approached by producer James Harris of T-Shot Productions to adapt his horror short The Chair that he just had up on YouTube. He wanted to adapt that into a feature film, but Barker took that opportunity to pitch Obsession to him.
Right.
Which was a different film idea, partly inspired, like you said, by a fucking Simpsons episode.
Yeah,
specifically Treehouse of Horror 2. And I guess it took Barker 8 months to write the screenplay while working at a damn coffee shop. And he actually turned down a $2 million offer to rewrite the script, making Bear a hero, which I think is absolutely the right call. That would have been terrible.
How in the fuck it? How?
No, Bear.
It would have had to
full
rewrite
disclosure,
like all of it.
Fuck Bear. Fuck everything about Bear. We don't like Bear. Bear's a piece of shit. He absolutely deserves to die at the end.
What?
Spoilers. What am I supposed to be on fucking Bear's side? Fuck that dude. He did this whole thing. This is all his fault.
Yeah, but he just made a wish.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, and exactly. That wish took someone else's life away from them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He was basically a slaver at that point and a rapist. We'll get into it. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. I guess Barker also made the cast watch Hereditary and made Navarrete watch Midsommar and Pearl to get into the tone of the movie and their roles and such, which is fantastic and makes me like Barker even more. I love all those fucking movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking Ty West and Ari Aster are fucking huge inspirations to me personally.
That definitely comes for, like, I mean, where he's going for the creepy tone, where it gets all quiet for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Could tell there's inspiration there.
I guess Navarrete credited Toni Collette in Hereditary, Mia Goth in Pearl, and Betty Gabriel in Get Out as inspirations for her performance as Nikki.
Nice.
And I think that encapsulates it perfectly. I noticed the nod to Gabriel in that restaurant scene for sure.
Right.
But one more note I wanted to add in here, the infamous brick scene. Yeah, that was cut down by 6 or 7 smashes during editing to avoid an NC-17 rating. And I counted 23 smashes. So that was fucked up.
I didn't count them, but that's funny. Yeah, the amount. I feel like most of them were fucking off screen. So why?
No, not most of them, dude. No, she's fucking smashed. Man,
there was a bunch, but I thought maybe not. I thought most of them were. I know we see some for sure.
I watched that scene so many times, dude. I was both fucking appalled by it and laughing my ass off because of another detail about that scene we'll get into when we cover it.
Yeah, you could see it turns into a dummy, like, blatantly, I thought.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. She's stiff for sure, but I mean, fucking your muscles seizing in that moment, that makes sense too.
Right, for sure.
But the strength of Nikki in that part too is wild because she's just a little girl, you know?
Yeah. Get out here, little girl.
Let's get into this fucking movie, dude. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm fucking excited, dude.
For sure.
Some very melancholic and somber music drifts across the opening production graphics that crescendos into complete silence as we smash cut onto our main character, Bear, here, sitting at the diner. He's across the table from a woman that he's apparently confessing his love to, but struggling like a motherfucker to do so because he's super awkward and timid and meek. Which plays into his character in a big way because he's a fucking coward.
He's motherfucking soft.
He's soft as shit.
And I mean, that's okay though, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. Well, he's super soft.
Yeah.
He fucking thinks deeply about everything before he says it, you know what I mean?
Reads too deeply into everything and overthinks.
Yeah, he's just kind of emo.
Yeah, and he's super uncertain of himself, zero confidence.
Right.
But yeah, that fucking tells you who Bear is immediately.
Right.
He apologizes for his awkwardness, but the woman excuses him, and he says to her, I feel like I'm coming apart. I think about you all the time, Nikki. I try not to. You're in every song I listen to. You were the only person who was nice to me when I moved here. Even after Nana passed, you were the only one that called. Even when I didn't have anything to say, we just sat there. I just kept telling myself, don't tell her, she's too good, you'll lose her. But maybe you should know that I would choose you over everything. And the girl across from him smiles all big and starts to say, oh my goodness, that's everything. That was so good. But that's when we get the reveal that it was just a setup. This woman is not Nikki. It's just one of the waitresses at the diner they've convinced to stand in as her so that Bear can practice giving his little speech.
Right.
And his buddy Ian here is watching and immediately interrupts her reaction to say, no, stop, wrong, bad. That was fucking cringy and gross. Try again, but this time, and Bear's like, are you fucking kidding me? I knew it was terrible. I'm not doing that again. That fucking sucked.
Yeah, no way. I don't know why he would want to do this in front of his buddy.
Well, no, that was the whole thing. He's like helping him try to fucking work up his grow a fucking pair, I guess.
Nope. Fucking nope.
But
you know your buddy isn't going to be like, yeah, pour your heart out, man. He's going to be like, dude, man, the fuck up. And you know, like
in
you
the
said.
circumstances, here's the thing. I can see both sides of it.
Right.
Because I have, had friendships and stuff that, I have been kind of both sides of it. Like, shut up, man. Fucking just quit being so soft.
Right.
But at the same time, I will fucking, like, if my friend is serious about it and he's, like, really coming to me for advice and he's struggling for shit, fucking open up to me, dude. Let's get fucking emotional and deep. Let's fucking cry together, bitch. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
whatever needs to fucking happen. But Ian says to him, dude, I was freaked out. That's going to make Nikki vomit. Bear's like, fuck you, dude. You told me to pour my heart out. Do you have any idea how vulnerable I was just now? And
exactly.
The waitress is like, maybe just get her something nice. But Ian also vetoes that. He's like, you got to be way less sappy, dude. She hates that shit. And the waitress suggests, well, maybe flowers or candy she likes or whatever. And that's when Ian looks at her like, okay, thanks. You can go now. Bear apologizes again, but the waitress dismisses it like, no problem. And he asks Ian if they can leave because he's uncomfortable now.
Oh, well, shit, yeah.
But Ian asks, hey, man, have you ever actually even flirted with Nikki? Like, invite romance? Maybe be playfully mean to her? Call her Freaky Nikki. She loves that shit, which we'll get to it later. But
not a good idea.
It's actually extra fucked up that Ian is even helping him with this because of a detail that's revealed later on in the movie.
Yeah, dude, if anybody's the fucking villain, this is where I'm pointing my fucking finger.
Yeah.
This could have all been avoided by this asshole.
Yep.
All of it.
Yep.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even before the movie even started.
Before the movie even started. Yeah, exactly. But we'll breeze past that for now. Bear mentions, no, dude, she's sensitive about the Freaky Nikki thing. Apparently people used to call her that in school, but Ian's like, all right, just say, hey, Nikki, I think we should go out for a drink sometime. And Bear's like, dude, she always invites you. And he's like, yeah, exactly. Wonder why.
Fucking weird, isn't it? She always invites you.
Kind of makes you think, don't it?
Yeah, anyway.
Well, apparently Bear has asked Ian and Sarah not to come to bar trivia for one night so that he can ask her out. But Ian's like, no, dude, you can't ask her out at trivia. I wake up every Wednesday fucking rock hard thinking about trivia. I'm not going to let you. It's all I have. And Bear's like, what, dude? It's a good organic time to ask. And Ian's like, no, you can't turn our weekly gathering of camaraderie and skill into your 7-year late promposal, Bear.
All I hear is cock block.
Yeah. He's like, fine, when do I do it then? He's like, literally any other time. All you have is time. If she means that much to you, and I know she does, just wait. Do it at the right time. Say it with me. All you have is time.
So, I mean, not thinking about later on, but just overall, he's kind of got a point because if that goes south here at trivia when you do this, our nights are going to be uncomfortable if they even continue on.
If they even continue. So, you're going to alienate possibly everyone, and you work with these people.
Right, yeah. So, honestly, he's probably kind of right about the trivia part. Like, hey, dude, why don't you do it on the way out of work one day or something?
Or something. Literally any time. It sounds like they see each other all the fucking time.
Right. Yeah. Don't fuck up trivia.
But speaking of time, unfortunately, the same is not true for his cat, Sandy. Because we smash cut to him arriving back at home that night, and the poor kitty's laying on the floor dead.
Mm-hmm.
Bear loses his shit, of course, and so did a lot of people who watched the movie. But I feel like this is necessary due to the fact that it adds to the emotional stakes on top of his inner turmoil regarding his love for Nikki, and it gives us a couple weird-ass moments later in the movie, so I'm not in the same camp as the people that were pissed about the cat dying in this. There's a lot of imagery that calls back to cats throughout this.
I guess I'm just like, why? Because according to what happens right now, there's a open bottle of oxycodone that came from the bathroom on the middle shelf from a shut cabinet, and the bottle's fucking open and on the floor.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't really get that ever explained. Right. But I mean, just speaking in general, like pets die. These were extra unfortunate circumstances, but it's one of the harder parts of life, but it's something that you got to do. As to how he got into this prescription bottle, yeah, the fucking oxycodone's open and spilled onto the floor. Should have been in the medicine cabinet where he puts it back.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, I mean, not that it even matters. So the thing with animals died in movies ain't really a big deal. Number one, as long as it ain't fucking real, because we know we go way back and that happens. But,
and that's part of why they include it. Like, people don't like to see it. I get it. That's part of why it's included in movies like this, because it's designed to make you feel uncomfortable.
At least it didn't get, like, murdered on camera.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. Not like another recent movie that we'll fucking talk about.
Just hurt you, didn't it? It fucking hurt.
It kind of did,
That was the point. They knew what they were doing.
Exactly. Yeah, it stabbed me right in the heart. But I was pretty sure at this point it was his mom's prescription because they're labeled for a Barbara Bailey.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's actually someone else we'll get into later, but he's Baron Bailey, and I was like, what was his dad, Bruno Bailey or Benjamin Bailey? Maybe Beetle Bailey? Some kind of fucking bullshit like that. Any more brain busters?
Bruno Bailey.
But he closes the cabinet, cleans up the dead cat mess, stuffs it into a garbage bag, and then it cuts to him just sobbing uncontrollably on his bed. I'd say like a little bitch, but listen, if you're gonna cry like that when your cat dies too, I promise.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna suck ass, but that crying is gonna feel so good, dude.
He's got to, man.
Nothing
It's like,
wrong with crying. People should do it more often.
It's like his best friend kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because, I mean, at least it seems like he definitely lives alone.
I mean, I feel like the cat at this point is the only one that unconditionally loves him.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
We also see a photo booth reel of pictures on his mirror featuring Bear, Nikki, Ian, and Sarah, labeled 7-8-20. And in each shot, like in between them, is written Bass Clef Bandits, or B Squad for short. So I think they were like maybe in band together in high school.
Just because they all work at the music store?
Or that.
Yeah. You know, hey, we're the fucking, you know.
Right. But interestingly, Ian's eyes are crossed out in the last one. Not sure what that's about. So as Bear is sitting here crying, the camera pans down into a very interesting title card. It's like crocheted into the comforter on his bed.
Right.
Never seen that before.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird too. Like along the bottom of the.
Yeah. But we jump to later in the evening where he's going through Nikki's social media like a creep. But speak of the devil, here she is calling him fucking serendipity doodah.
Mm-hmm.
And I did notice on 2 of her pictures, it says the location is Ohio. So, I mean, shit, that crystal shop might even be around here somewhere. We might have to stop and fucking give me a One Wish Willow. But he shoots up in bed and answers to Nikki, immediately saying, "Wow, you are so lucky. Today was so busy." And he's like, "Yeah, I needed a good day off." And I'm like, well, not so much until you got home anyway.
Yeah, I mean...
Now you need a day off tomorrow.
I was going to say, I kind of feel like that's what happened, right? I feel like he got home and the cat was dead, and then that was almost like next day, like he was grieving all day.
No, that was that night.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But she asks him what time he's showing up at trivia tonight because she wants to get a spot early.
Oh, yeah.
But he's like, "Oh, shit, I actually got a thing. I don't think I'm going to make it tonight." And this is one of many circumstances in the movie where he could save himself a lot of grief by just manning the fuck up and being honest.
Right.
Because right away she pushes back, "Oh, no, Bear, we need your brain. We got to beat the ragtags." And he's like, "Well, I mean, I'm just kind of busy. I don't think I can." Dude, just tell her you're not up to it because you came home to your best friend laying dead on the floor because she ate your mom's drugs and you had to stuff her into a garbage bag. This shit is pretty traumatic.
Right.
I think Nikki would understand.
I can't say no, man. You know?
But that's when she makes him an offer he can't refuse. She's like, "Oh, I really wanted to see you tonight. I was going to tell you something." And that's his fucking kryptonite. He's like, What were you going to tell me? Are you in love with me? Can we go steady?"
Right.
And he's just like, "Tell me now." And she drops the bomb on him that she's going to put in her 2-week notice at work tomorrow.
Yeah. Ouch.
Oh, no. She tells him they're running out of time, so he might want to skip the stuff he's working on. You know, the grief of his freshly dead cat. Yeah, skip working through that. Just rub some dirt on it and get your ass to trivia.
Yeah, he should have just told her.
Yeah, he looks up at his clock. Speaking of time, it happens to be a cat clock.
Yep.
Like one of those old school ones where the eyes move back and forth as the tail swishes, acting like the pendulum.
Right. Hell yeah.
And it's interesting that she mentions running out of time, and he looks up to check the time, which is 8:45 at this point. But with the coincidence that the clock is a cat and his cat actually just ran out of time, kind of can't ignore that. So looking at the time, he agrees with her. "You're right. Tonight's the night." "Okay, Dexter, calm down." But that's when we hear some scratching on the phone, and Nikki yells, "Shit! I just dropped my crystal necklace down the drain." Well, you know what? Don't worry, Nikki, we got you covered. And we cut to this crystal shop where Bear walks in, and we see a reflection of him walking in a mirror. Very important.
Oh, okay.
And the girl running it mentions to him right away, "Hey, man, handle your fucking business. We're closing soon." And he's like, "Oh, shit, yeah, no problem." And she continues on her phone conversation, which started before he walked in, and she already said a line to the person on the other end as he walked in, but he didn't hear that, which makes it funny that she keeps talking and confusing him, thinking she's talking to him. Like, no, not you, dude. Get your fucking shopping done.
It's because she's got this fucking like AirPod in her ear,
Yeah.
you know, and her hair's long. So,
Right.
you know, I feel like that's a common problem today. Like, you don't know if anybody can even hear you or not.
Exactly,
Unless you
yeah.
gotta, like,
And
walk
it's,
up and,
or
like-
thinks you're fucking crazy talking to yourself.
right, for
Yeah.
sure.
But Bear approaches the counter asking her for help finding crystal necklaces so he can replace the one that Nikki lost. And she guides him to a tree display full of them. And she just stands there staring right at him as she says, "Oh my God, that's crazy." And he's like, "Fucking what?" She's like, "No, not you."
Yeah, sorry, I'm having a conversation with somebody else. Like, how fucking rude, man.
Yeah. She
Come
tells that
on.
person to hang on for a second while she deals with this jackass. And she looks back up to tell him, "Oh, yeah, so this is all we have. Each rock has its own type of energy or whatever. So, like, the amethyst is for calmness and clarity. The rose quartz attracts, like, love and shit." She's like,
Sunshine and a rock.
she's super disinterested in these dumbass rocks and whatever they're supposed to do and don't.
Yeah.
But he asks her, what one's like, you know, good energy or like good vibes or whatever? And she's like, go with the citrine. It's basically sunshine and a rock.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, wait, nope. Nikki would hate that, and he puts it back.
Pick a rock, man.
Right, doesn't fucking matter. It's a rock.
You can say whatever you want it to do.
Right.
This one's for love.
This is actually a special.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just make a fucking name
Yeah.
up, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that's when his attention is drawn to a display on the wall advertising the One Wish Willow. Amaze your friends. Make your dreams come true. Only $6.99. Get yours today.
It's like an old timey gag gift from like the fucking 60s or 50s or something.
It does
dude.
look like it's old from that.
You
I think
know.
there's something later that says it's from the 80s, which whatever.
Right. It's just like the box is just like two-tone red and white.
Mhm.
You know, it looks super old
It looks
school,
old as fuck,
You know,
yeah.
which, I mean, kind of cool, but I can't believe he was kind of like, huh, all right. So I would have been like, don't waste your fucking money, dude. You
Exactly.
know?
For this fucking weird little knick-knack that obviously
Right.
does nothing.
Yeah,
Right.
no, nope.
Well, there's a little graphic of it cracking to illustrate how it works, but I wanted to draw everyone's attention that there's also voodoo dolls right on the shelf next to it. Just so you know what we're working with here. You know, that kind of magic. Or the idea of it anyway.
Right.
But he's just transfixed by this thing. On the box it says you only get one wish. Spark the middle and break in half, which I don't know what spark the middle means.
I think maybe it sparks when you break it. Because I was staring at that until I paused it and was like, what the fuck is that
spark
shit
the middle
about? I
supposed
think
to be, yeah.
because it's not, I thought it was just like literally a stick.
Mhm.
And like later on, it looks like whatever he's holding, looks like it's some kind of weaved something.
Why? Yeah, like
You know what I mean?
like little branches like woven in together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure there were willow branches, you know.
Right.
But it says open the package to a magical jingle and a fur pop surprise, which I don't know what the fuck a fur pop surprise is either. But hold the One Wish Willow gently, break it in half, and state your wish clearly. Wait up to 24 hours for your wish to come true. And after granting your wish, the One Wish Willow loses its magical properties. And, more interesting cat imagery here, the company that makes these is called Tabby Cat, and there's a little silhouette of a cat in the corner of the box.
Right.
So, just keeping that imagery going. He stands there smiling at it for a second before taking it up to the counter, and the girl's like, "What the fuck, man? No crystal?" He's like, "Nah, I like this." And she mentions, "Oh yeah, those have been really popular lately. Everybody wants a fucking wish." And I kind of wanted some background consequences in this movie, like it just turns into fucking Bruce Almighty when he's answering everyone's prayers all willy-nilly. The fucking city of Buffalo burns for it. Back to you, fuckers. He clarifies, "Oh, it's not for me," but that's when she warns him, "Hey man, don't come back complaining."
Right.
And he's like, "What? Is that a thing? What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, these are kind of like collectibles, and the people that leave them in the package are fine, but the ones that do break them, they come back and complain." Leading us, the audience, to believe, like, obviously because it doesn't work and people come back bitching that they want their money back. Yeah, you just wait and see why they
That's
complain.
not what I was thinking for sure. Which it's kind of funny because, you know, well, how come?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he keeps kind of poking back. Is it because they don't come true, or is it because it ruins their lives?
Exactly.
You know?
She's like, "Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know, whatever. They die or wish they were dead, you know."
Yeah.
They're both giggling here, but this is no laughing matter soon, dude.
She says you could write a review,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, dude. Yeah, too many red flags.
Right.
Come on, Bear.
Yeah, he buys it and heads to Barker's Pub, like Curry Barker, for trivia night, and the score kicks back in while we join the friend group bitching about Guitar Center.
Right.
She's like, none of the guitars are ever tuned, stupid teenagers wailing on them, shitty demo strings. Man, don't even get me started. I mean, yeah, true on all counts. I've been to Guitar Center many times.
Too much Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. All these shitty classic rock songs that nobody wants to fucking hear anymore, and it's all anyone ever plays. Fucking Smoke on the Water. If I hear that one more fucking time, out of tune by some shitty teenager.
Right.
But yeah, we find out soon that they all work at a local music store, so they kind of got, a dog in the fight here. We also find out right here that Nikki is working on a book, and Sarah tells her, "Hey man, the boss doesn't care if the guitars are all tuned. Just maybe don't work on your book on the clock."
Right.
She says, "Oh, I never do that when the customers are in the store." But Sarah's like, "Listen, I'm the one that has to go home and hear my dad bitch about my friends. So maybe when you're at work, you could at least pretend like you're working." A little animosity here.
Right.
As the girls talk back and forth across the table about whether Sarah has gotten into tattoo school yet or not, art school, Bear and Ian are looking at each other across the table, making gestures and mouthing words at each other. And basically, Bear's like, "I'm gonna do it."
Yeah, no, dude, don't do it.
Ian's like, "Fuck that, no, stop."
Don't ruin trivia night, you fuck.
Unfortunately, Nikki notices and brings Sarah's attention to it, but at least that moves us onto the bar.
Right.
And Ian tells Bear after, and then he walks up to with Nikki to the bar. She orders 4 shots of tequila, and Bear orders a pina colada.
Yeah.
Which Nikki makes fun of him for. She's like, "Oh, I like a man who's in touch with his feminine side."
Unless we're at a fucking tropical paradise, you should not be ordering anything like that. Hey, imagine doing that at our local, dude.
I mean, listen.
Not that there's, they'd be like, no.
I mean, you can tell me no all you want. I'm going to order what I'm going to fucking order. But, I mean, what's wrong with the fuck? He says he doesn't like the taste of the alcohol. Like, listen, I totally get it, dude.
Right.
Nobody drinks for the taste anyway. And I got to tell you, that's kind of where the girls get it right. Because first of all, it's liquor instead of beer.
Right.
And second, why not enjoy the taste of the thing that's bringing you your buzz,
Yeah. No,
fucking beer sucks. But she's like, "It's fine, sweetie. We'll get you your juice." And that's when she asks what the important stuff was he was talking about on the phone earlier was about. And he lies saying, I cleaned, did my taxes, but she calls bullshit. She's like, "Nah, you were just watching fucking TV all day." He's like, "Yep, that's it. No dead cats to see here."
Jacking off all day.
To your social media.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's about to finally work up the courage to ask her out. But that is when the bartender walks up asking how they're paying for the shots. And Bear tries to be all chivalrous and pay for him, but Nikki's too quick on the draw, man.
Right.
She takes his card, but then hands the bartender hers instead. "Sorry, Charlie, you'll not be the one buying my drinks tonight."
Yeah, he gets interrupted a couple times here, and you almost kind of feel bad for him,
Right. And he starts ramping up to tell her about his little store trip, but the bartender interrupts again, asking if she wants to keep the tab open or close it.
Right.
And she turns to him and says very specifically, "Oh, keep it open, babe." Babe, huh? So openly flirting with another guy right in front of Bear. Not a great sign. Bear starts to talk again, telling her, "Oh, hey, you said you dropped your necklace down the sink earlier." But that's when Ian walks up, stopping Bear yet again, saying, "Guys, you're not going to believe this. Sarah just told me your dad keeps a gun in the break room safe."
Fucking cool, dude.
For fuck's sake, Ian, take a hike, man.
Yeah.
But Nikki turns the attention back to Bear now. She's like, "You were saying?" But now the moment has passed, and it's more awkward with Ian standing there. So,
Right.
Yeah, good call. Bear's like, "Don't worry about it. I'll just tell you later," and fucking kind of pushes Ian away. But now Sarah walks up. "Oh, hey, I didn't realize we were all taking a field trip to the bar." So now it's really over, and they just take their shots and move on.
Yeah, dude, they cheers to Sandy here,
Well, Ian asks what they're cheersing to, and Bear answers to Sandy.
Right.
But Ian and Nikki don't notice, because that's when the host, or, the MC of the trivia night tells everybody it's starting. So the two of them run back to the table. Meanwhile, Sarah gives him a curious look like, "What? Why to Sandy?"
Right.
And he drops the news that she died, and Sarah's very supportive here, first of all. She's the only one who actually paying attention to him.
Right.
Like, really paying attention anyway.
Yeah, she consoles here. Give him a little hug.
It's another interesting little tidbit. While she gives him a big old hug, the question the trivia MC is asking in the background, first of all, he says it's a 2-parter, and he says this animated movie features a blue genie that can grant 3 wishes. Now, that's what drew my attention to thinking what happens in this movie might be linked to a genie or a djinn.
Mm-hmm.
We all know they grant wishes, but they're usually pretty mischievous and grant them in a way that, yes, technically it comes true, but usually in a fucked up way with consequences you didn't consider when making it.
Right.
So your wish has to be air fucking tight as far as the wording is concerned if you're dealing with one of them, or you might as well just not even do it because they're going to fuck you.
They gonna fuck you.
But Sarah gives him a big old hug. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Bear. That's when we cut outside to the group walking out, and Ian's like, come on, douchebags, we're going to Greedos. It was a fun little Star Wars nod.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that was.
Nikki's like, no, dude, I just want to go home. And Ian's like, wait a minute, you're saying no to karaoke? She's like, well, I mean, I'm saying no to bad singers and sticky tablecloths when I just want to go home and sleep. So he's like, no, come on. Who's going to dance when I Slim Shady the whole joint? Fucking nobody, dude.
Yeah.
You're not the real Slim Shady. Please sit down.
All right, I'm going home.
We're going to have
For
a
sure.
problem here, yeah. Sarah says, hey, Ian, let's do a duet. High School Musical? And Nikki tells her, give me a G. And the sound that comes out of fucking Sarah's mouth here, it sounds like fucking Scuttle from The Little Mermaid, like, ah! Terrible. Nikki begs Ian to take her home, but Ian just keeps trying to make excuses why she shouldn't, and he doesn't want to. But that's when Bear speaks up. I can take you home.
Right.
Ian and Sarah both protest for very different reasons, but he says, nope, my mind's made up, I'm too tired. And that's when Nikki asks if anyone has cash,
A little 20.
which Sarah responds, I think I have a 20, and she pulls it out, which is a mistake, because Nikki snatches it out of her hands and runs over to a homeless dude outside the bar.
Yeah, dude. And there's almost this like, Bear gets all lovey-dovey looking at her, and we get this shot, and the only thing that I can think is right away, I'm like, oh, how cute. Like, he really loves her, you know? He's really into her. But then I also thought about fucking Wayne's World, you know? Ooh, Dreamweaver. You know, like, where was the sparkles at? you know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the idea here. It's the same vibe.
Right, yeah. And I mean, like, little shots of this, and then, like, him getting that stone for, like, I think he fucking really loves her, man. You know?
Sure, yeah, for sure. Well, or at least thinks he does. He's infatuated with her, we'll say. He doesn't really know her well enough to, like, be in love, I guess. And he's fucking too stupid to see the signs that Sarah actually likes him. We'll get into that later, though.
Right.
But yeah, Sarah pulls out this 20 and fucking Nikki snatches it and runs off. But she calls after her like, what the fuck? Hey, you can't have it. I was just saying I have a 20. But she's like, looks over and she's like, oh, great. I just bought a guy's heroin for a week.
Oh, yeah.
With $20? Not that I know anything about heroin, but like, I have to assume 20 doesn't get you very far.
I don't fucking know, man. It's probably kind of like, you know, you can go and buy a big bag of weed or you could buy a joint, you know?
Fair, yeah. I mean, I was going off of the idea that we used to buy bags of weed for $20.
Oh.
So
yeah.
a bag of heroin I would expect to be way more fucking expensive. You know what I mean?
Right. Nah, man, it's the cheapest drug there is.
But the most costly.
Right.
But Bear is absolutely smitten by the gesture from Nikki. He's like, yeah, looking at her, like you said, like, oh, what a sweetheart. And the music pumps back up to give us that sweet little moment while he stares at her. He turns to give Sarah a hug, and I notice that she leaves her hand on his arm until he turns and does not break eye contact.
Yeah.
Get a fucking clue, Bear.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell, I would say even, isn't there like a hug right before they go to? And she kind of hugs him a little bit longer too.
That's what I'm talking about here, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when Ian shakes his hand and says, all right, get your girl home safe. And Nikki hits him. She's like, ew, don't say it like that.
Yeah. Wink, wink.
Red flag number, fucking what are we on now? 5, 6, 12? But as they walk to the car, Ian yells, fuck these losers, let's go get fucked up. And Sarah yells out, yeah, Bear, fuck you. But we cut to Bear and Nikki on the drive home. And she says, sorry about your cat, Baron. He says, it's all right. Well, I mean, it's not, but I don't think it's really hit me yet.
Right.
She offers to be there for him if he needs to call when it does. But he changes the subject. He's like, it's going to be weird not seeing you at work every day. And she's like, listen, man, I'm just not happy there. I want to write. I need a big life change. I'm not feeling love, and I want to feel love if I want to bring the story to life. And he's like, okay, so you're writing a romance? She's like, no, it's not a romance. It's a love story. And he's like, what's the fucking difference?
Exactly.
But she mentions here that he's the only person she can ever talk to about stuff like that, especially at work, because he's not a complete brick wall. All right, so maybe breaking through a little bit, maybe not totally hopeless. But that's when he oversteps a bit. Don't let me forget. I got you something. And she's like, what? What the fuck? What'd you get me? He's like, you'll see. She's like, ew, no. Why does that make me nervous? He's like, I don't know. That's an odd reaction. Yeah, so you should start fucking aborting the mission, dude. Go give it to Sarah. Apparently she was asking about Bear all day today.
Right.
And when they pull in front of her house, she's like, how do you feel about that? And Bear's like, are you asking if I have feelings for Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no, I'm just asking how you feel about Sarah. And if how you feel about Sarah is having a crush on her, then that would be how you feel about her.
Right.
I mean, good point. That is how that works. Also, feel is starting to not look or sound like a word anymore.
Touchy-feely.
He's like, ew, no way, I like her as a friend. And apparently Sarah's super obvious about her crush, which Bear should really take into consideration because Nikki is just the opposite. And that's what gets him in trouble here. She's like, when I have a crush on a guy, nobody knows. And he's like, oh, do tell. Because he's thinking like, oh, well, then maybe that means you have a crush on me. Oh,
absolutely.
Nobody. No, not at all. She just says goodnight and gets out of the car, and he pathetically tries to stall her and keep her there so he can keep the banter going and not lose his nerve, but lose his nerve he does. When she comes back to the car, he's like, oh, I lost my train of thought.
Right.
Well, okay, then fuck off. Good night. And she starts to walk to her house again, and he yells out the car, rolling the window down. Do you remember in Mr. Lando's class? Second Star Wars nod. When I forgot my mouthpiece, and he was in like a really pissy mood that day, but you told me he had an extra one, and you gave me one, but and then she interrupts him. She's like, listen, I think it's hilarious that everyone except Sarah is always stepping all over him because he's not assertive or interesting enough to command a conversation.
Yeah, it's true.
She's like, listen, Lando liked me, and you were on thin ice, okay? That's all. Again, good night.
Good night, Freaky Nikki.
Yeah, dude, that's when he fucking tries his last ditch effort here. So he says, good night, Freaky Nikki, which pisses her off, and she turns around immediately. Ew, don't call me that. You know I don't like that. And
yeah,
he
I wonder what happened, dude.
She was fucking teased about it in school for whatever reason. I don't know why it started, but either way, she doesn't like it, and he knows that, but he's just being a dick because Ian would be a dick in this scenario.
I was gonna say
that's what Ian told her to tell her, or told him to tell her, because apparently he fucked with her. And that worked.
It probably worked, yeah.
Because he's
he's an ass.
Yeah, Ian is, and Bear is, because he's just kind of sheepishly smiling like, yeah, I know you don't like it. I said it anyway.
Yeah, he fucked up.
But she comes back to the car, and this whole thing could have been solved right here, because she kneels down and asks, do you like me? Because if you do, now's the time to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moment of truth, dude. Here's your shot. Don't fuck it up.
Right.
But this guy has absolutely no backbone. And even though she gave you an opening, he still manages to fuck it up. And he's like, oh, no, we're just good friends. And she's like, all right, good night. Walks away again. And then he mutters under his breath, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with me? But as soon as her door closes, he reaches over to pull out that One Wish Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
When he takes it out of the package, it plays a triumphant little tinny jingle.
I thought that was crazy. Where'd the fucking music come from?
It's just one of those. It's like one of those cards. You open it and the fucking
tiny little speaker on
tiny
the inside
little
of the box.
speaker, yeah. And the score crescendos as he says, I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the fucking world. And he snaps it. And that's when the score drops out completely and it's totally silent except some fucking crickets.
Yeah, dude. I feel like that was good sound right there because it's like a big lead up, the crack, and then, kind of silent. And not all the way silent.
Yeah.
But
everything's just like,
yeah.
And then fucking cuts.
You can kind of hear just the nighttime because windows are down,
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
He goes to start his car back up, but he takes one last look at the house and sees Nikki's silhouette standing on the porch for some reason. She starts to walk back out to his car and he's like, oh shit, I had to pull up directions. Shut the fuck up. No, you didn't. You know the route from her house to yours. I know you do, you little creep.
Yeah, he was trying to quickly explain why he was still here, She came out of nowhere.
That was the only thing that came to his brain, but it sounds stupid as fuck.
I mean, he didn't even get it out. She cut him off,
Yeah, let him get it out, girl. Come on.
All right. You said you had something for me?
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, oh, shit. Yeah, but I just broke it. I mean, I left it back in my house.
Right.
She's like, all right. Well, he suggests he can bring it to work tomorrow, but now her demeanor changes entirely and she gets all sad. She's like, oh, okay. And he tries to say goodnight again, but now it's her stalling him.
Right.
She's like, maybe you want to come inside? Hey, you don't mind if I do. But she goes, I did just lose my cat, Bear. Wait, fucking what?
Yeah.
You lost your cat?
Right. I mean, no. You lost your cat.
Yeah.
Do you want to come inside?
Yeah, it's just like, you want to do this or what?
Yeah, this is already feeling really odd, man. And he can tell too.
Yeah, and that's when he looks over at the One Wish Willow sitting on the seat next to him like, oh, fuck. And he asks her, are you okay? And she asks him right back, are you okay? In the same fucking tone and cadence. It's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, wait, what? Am I okay because of the cat? And she's being so fucking weird right here, dude. After a really long pause, staring blankly at him, she just says, yeah. Why don't you come inside and we can have some drinks and talk about your cat? Yeah. Like fucking, he's like, wow, I'm really fucking confused right now and I think you're drunk. And she starts to protest like, no, I'm fine. But then she catches a glimpse of herself in the side view mirror and kind of snaps out of something. Her eyes get all huge and she looks around like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
And he asks again if she's okay. And she's like, I'm acting so weird. This is super weird. And that's when she literally walks around the car and starts trying to unbuckle his seatbelt.
Right.
And just as suddenly, she stands up and crosses her arms like, you know what? Actually, no. And understandably, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And she leans back into the car smiling. I know what you're trying to do. And she runs back to the other side of the car and gets into the passenger seat. Let's go to your place. Fucking what? You're freaking me out, dude. I've never seen you act like this. What is wrong with you? And she tries to explain it away, saying, oh, I must be pretty fucked up. And he's like, yeah, which is why I think you should go into your house and sleep it off. We'll pick this back up tomorrow.
Right.
And she leans forward, feeling rejected, and quietly puts her forehead against the dashboard, saying, oh, I can't do that. I just feel like I can't be alone right now, you know?
Right.
And she drops another bomb. My dad is dying. Oh, man, you got to play the dad card.
I was going to say, yeah, which, I mean, obviously, he starts fucking trying to console back, like, holy shit, because...
Right, yeah, you one-upped me on the dead cat. Congratulations. Right. But she starts fake sobbing. She's like, I took one step inside my house and I couldn't do it. Can we just go, please? And she says, Bear says, where do you want to go? Boom, cut back to Bear's house. Oh, fuck, here we go.
Right.
She mentions, oh, hey, this is bigger than your last place. And he says, oh, yeah, well, it was my grandma's. I got to keep it. So she walks in to take a look at the kitchen, planning on cooking lots of meals in here, apparently. But she says it smells like you. Not bad, just you. It's nice. I like it here.
Okay.
And we cut to the bedroom where she's sitting up in bed, and he tells her, hey, let me know if you need anything, water, towels, Advil, whatever. Maybe some oxycodone. I'm your guy. But
no.
But she just apologizes for being weird earlier. And he's like, no big. Don't worry about it. Just take all the space or time you need, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
And he says goodnight and turns the light off. But when he starts to walk away, she's like, wait, can you sleep with me, please? And he shits his pants. He's like, oh my God, a girl wants me to sleep next to her. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely fucking... he doesn't jump in bed. You know what I mean?
Not at first. His brain right now is just like...
You can tell he feels odd, but she's insisting, and even when he gets in bed, he's not... He doesn't whip the covers back and hop in and fucking spread his legs open and shit. You know what I mean?
Spread his legs. Is that your MO, dude? You just fucking get naked and
bro,
just, hey, grab this.
Tell me to get in bed. I'm getting in bed,
no,
motherfucker.
She told him to sleep with her. That's not sleeping with her. That's just sleeping with her.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like this quiet, nervous kid kind of wiggles in bed and isn't all over her at all.
Right. Well, he tries to protest at first. He's like, maybe that's not such a good idea, but she begs him like, I'll just get in my head and stare at the ceiling all night. So he's like, okay, I guess let me just come on over to the bed, I suppose.
Thinks her fucking dad's dying too. He's, you know.
Yeah. As he walks over, she takes off her shirt and immediately he turns away like a gentleman. Oh my God, boobies. Her boobies are right there.
Cool.
And he turns back, takes his shoes off, and starts to come over to lay next to her and asks if she's all right. And she goes, given the circumstances, yeah. But like you said, he gets on the bed, but on top of the covers. Mm-hmm. So she moves closer to him and lays her head on his shoulder. She's like, oh God, I needed this. It's like, really? Why? And that's when she turns to him and just says, I'm really sorry about your cat, Bear. And he's like, yeah, I think you got me beat on that one.
Right.
But then she leans in to kiss him, and he fucking comes in his pants. And it's all pretty short-lived because as they're making out, suddenly she snaps back to reality again and looks at him like, what the fuck? And then screams it, what the fuck? Like fully panicking. So much so that she jumps back and falls off the end of the fucking bed.
Important to note that when she went in for this kiss, he said no at first and said wait.
Yeah.
She pushed into him again. So, again, his reclusive, but like you said, she freaks the fuck out after they're making out.
Yeah.
And who do you think freaks out more? Nikki or motherfucking Bear?
I don't know, dude.
Like, Nikki's screaming and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But this dude didn't even want to fucking get in bed to have a shoulder
She's
for her.
Screaming because she suddenly doesn't know what's happening or why she's there. He's fucking screaming and freaking out. Like, what fucking happened?
He didn't even want to get in bed and fucking give her the shoulder either. You know what I mean? Like, he was scared for that. So
exactly.
They're both like...
But he fucking did this. You know what I mean?
He looked like he gonna cry, dude. Like he does.
He fucking backs up. Yeah, he backs up against the headboard and starts freaking out. He's like, what? You kissed me.
Yeah, he's like, fuck, dude, I was trying to avoid this.
Yeah,
That's
he's like
kinda what
in,
he was
in
like.
defense mode, yeah.
Yeah.
She pops back up trying to play it off like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, what the fuck was that? And she's like, I don't know. I thought I saw something. I fucking had a panic attack. Because yeah, what did you think you fucking saw? I feel like she maybe caught another glimpse of herself.
Something, yeah.
But he's like, dude, you made me feel like I did something you didn't like. And she's like, no, don't worry about it. Let's just go back to sleep. And he's like, yeah, right, dude. You scared the shit out of me. How am I supposed to fucking sleep?
Yeah.
And that's when she breaks back into this damsel in distress routine, starts sobbing into her hands like, I'm just so lost. And of course, that plays on his sympathies because he's a soft, little, easily manipulated bitch. And he's like, that's okay. And we cut to the middle of the night where he's laying on a little pallet he's made himself on the floor, but he can't sleep. So he gets up and decides to do some research on the One Wish Willow, typing into a search engine named Probe.
Google.
But he types in, does a One Wish Willow actually work? And of course, there's mixed reviews on this product.
Right.
But I found it even more interesting that some of his search results yielded a bunch of articles claiming that it's a vintage toy that became a collectible since the 80s. People swear they remember the jingle and everything, but other people are saying it never existed. So there's a question of like if it's a Mandela effect thing.
Oh, yeah.
And others still claim that it brought about bizarre events. And I like that the related searches are Bigfoot, Fruit of the Loom logo, Skinwalkers, and Jif peanut butter.
Right.
Which Skinwalkers are scary as fuck, dude.
It's just a fucking alien, right?
No,
That,
they're
like,
I think they're more of
changes-
like a supernatural, earthly, but maybe demonic somehow presence. Like they're just evil fucking like avatars of human beings, which is also appropriate here.
Could be like a T-1000 because it just transforms into whatever it touches.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But he clicks on the link for Thread It. Get it, everyone?
Mm-hmm.
And people are arguing back and forth. No, of course they don't work. Yes, I swear they work. It's incredible. No, they don't. Yes, they do. You know, the internet.
It's a typical product on Amazon.
Right.
Some 5 stars, some 1 stars. Some are paid for, some aren't.
Right. The two really intriguing and hilarious comments to me, though, are they're really hard to find, but my mom has been ugly her entire life and she's gorgeous now.
Yeah.
She doesn't even look old.
Nice.
But then there's another ominous one saying the whole thing is a joke. Even the number on the back is a prank. I called it and some weird guy answered.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun. One of those comments, by the way, was from Berenstain Bear Facts, which is another one of those Mandela effect things.
Right.
People argue over whether it's always been Berenstain or whether it was Berenstein,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I like the disclaimer on the side, too. It says possibly cursed.
Could be, dude. Absolutely.
He laughs to himself and walks back to the bedroom to find Nikki sitting up in bed with the lamp on, waiting for him. She's like, what were you doing? Fucking minding my damn business in my own house, bitch. What about you?
Bathroom.
Yeah, he tells her, I was just going to the bathroom, which is an obvious lie. I didn't hear no fucking toilet flush.
Right.
But she asks him again to lay with her, but he's like, dude, come on. We already did this. But she plays it all, sweet, so he caves. And we cut to the next morning where he wakes up in bed alone thinking, oh shit. Oh, maybe that was just a dream. But no such luck. Her purse is there on the dresser.
Right.
She's just not in bed anymore. And he walks out to the kitchen to see breakfast on the table. Oh, damn.
Hey.
It looks kind of good, too. We got eggs, toast, sausage. I can get down with that.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
But then he walks around to the corner into the actual kitchen proper to see his dead cat, Sandy, who he put in a garbage bag, lying on like a pillow or a pad of some kind on the floor with the heads of flowers and a candle adorning it, a lit candle, and a homemade card for Bear next to it.
If there wasn't a gift card, I would have thought this was an incantation.
Bro. Yeah, let's resurrect your cat, dude. You don't
That's
have to
kinda
lose her.
I was kind of like, oh, there's a card.
Which would
Okay.
make sense if she's into crystal necklaces and shit.
It'd be
Maybe she
fucking
thinks they can
cool.
bring her back. Some Pet Cemetery shit. But that means she had to dig that cat out of the trash to do this. How did she even know it was there?
Was it in the trash or was it in the fucking yard?
No, I'm sure he put it in a garbage bag. I assume that means he tossed it in his fucking trash can. Which is fucked up. He should have buried it in the backyard. You know what I mean?
You bury animals so when we put down our one cat, it was pretty much a motherfucking garbage bag.
Mhm.
But I wrapped the cat in a blanket and then buried it like that. Like I wasn't about to open the fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the only thing that's going to do is preserve like the bones and shit longer or whatever.
I mean, at that point,
but
it's in the ground,
I
whatever.
don't know. Yeah, I guess the right thing would have been to get a fucking shovel. I guess that's fucked. That sucks.
It is.
I feel
it
bad
is.
for him.
Yeah, I did, for sure. But even more disturbing, she walks in behind him saying, "Oh no, you were supposed to like it. It's a memorial." But he's like, "No, it's fucked up is what it is." And she's like, "I wouldn't say that." But he's like, "No, it definitely is." And she asks him, "Is that good?" Fucking no. Why would that be good for it to be fucked up?
Could have found a picture of us.
Or something, or literally anything but this. But we cut to Castle's music store where Bear and Nikki walk in together. And fucking Andy Richter's inside as the owner or manager or whatever. And he's right up Nikki's ass about a broken plug-in keyboard.
Right.
He's like, "I don't want to give some Karen an excuse to whatever." And she cuts him off saying, "Hey man, don't say that. That's offensive," talking about Karen. But that's when Ian sees him across the shop. And they walk to the back, him and Bear, and he's like, "Give me some fucking deets, bro. What happened last night? You fucked Nikki or what?"
Jumps right to, almost like he really wants to know.
Yeah, he wants to be Eskimo brothers with him and fucking talk about like what's good about it and whatever.
Yeah. I was gonna say Bear has no idea.
No, he doesn't. But well, it's just here's the thing. He starts his story like, "Listen, dude, you're not gonna believe the crazy fucking night I just had." And he walks around to the other side of the room to get in between Ian and Nikki so she can't see his face.
Right.
But he's like, "No, I didn't fuck her, but she did stay over." Ian's like, "All right, great. Fucking clock in and tell me what's up. What are you afraid of, Sarah?"
Something's fucking wrong with her, is what he says, which agreed.
Yeah, he turns to see Nikki staring dead at him.
Right.
And he tells Ian, "All right, listen, just pretend we're laughing." And he whispers, "I think Nikki's going through some shit. She's acting super fucking weird. She's not okay.
Right.
But I'm not going to tell you why. I'm going to let her do it." Like, no. Ian immediately fucking pushes back against that. He's like, "Fuck that. Don't fucking ramp up to that and then not tell me, asshole."
Right.
Which, yeah, I agree with Ian in this case. No way. Bear blurts out, "Okay, her dad has cancer." And Ian's like, "Her dad who lives in Washington and she doesn't care about that dad?"
Right.
And Bear's like, "I don't know, dude. It still hurts, I guess. But I think it's more than that. She's having like a mental breakdown. She would like freak the fuck out and then snap right back to happy. She started kissing me and then crying. It was really fucking weird."
Right. Which, right away, Ian's like, "So you must have told her how you felt then,
Right.
And
exactly.
that's the biggest thing, though, is he's like, "No, dude, I didn't tell her anything."
Yeah.
So now it's kind of, all right.
Yeah, Ian's like, "What do you fucking mean? You said she was kissing you. How does that make any fucking
Right.
sense?" And Bear's like, "Yeah, exactly."
Fucking crazy.
He tells Ian she needs like professional help. It was fucking terrifying. But she also wanted to cuddle and wanted me to sleep with her. And he's like, "Did you? Because that'd be fucked up if you did."
Yeah, he's like, "No."
Yeah.
No.
He's like, "No, I was sleeping on the floor." But that's when Ian asks, "Do you think she's on Molly again?"
Oh, wait. Oh, dude.
There it is.
Fucking duh.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
Not maybe. That's fucking it. That's definitely it.
Right. He's like, "Tell you what, I'm going to go talk to her. You just chill the fuck out and clock the fuck in." And this whole time, Nikki never stops staring at them.
Yeah. From all the way across the store.
Yeah, she's like standing in front of the register.
The boss is talking to her.
Yeah.
And she's staring,
Yeah. Well, he mentioned something to Bear when he walks back out of the back room. He's like, "Hey, Bear, and I'm going to need you to play Moon River for that shit brick of a teenager in keyboards." Oh, no, thank you. But he also tells Sarah to stop the percussionists. And then he's like, "Big day today." And that's when we see Ian talking to Nikki in the distance, but she can't stop staring at Bear.
Right.
Big score crescendo again that cuts off with them all walking back out of the door once again. And Ian says he needs a drink after that shit. And Nikki walks over to Bear's passenger door and opens it. But he's got other plans. He's like, "Yo, I don't think I can take you home today." And she's like, "Oh, I know. I'm just grabbing my purse." He's like, "Oh, well, all right." And Ian calls over asking her if she's ready. And she gets into his car with Bear checking with him to make sure it's cool.
Right.
And he fires up the car like, "Yeah, I'll fucking take her home." We cut to Bear running another search on his computer, this time on an AI chatbot like ChatGPT, but it's called Genie LM. See where we're going here?
Right.
And before I get into his actual search, let's just take a look at his search history over the past few months, shall we? Back in June, he was looking up nursing homes and old people homes, probably for poor old grandma.
Right.
Which I now realize that's got to be who Barbara is, because in July, he searched for oxycodone.
Oh, because it was Grandma's house.
It was Grandma's house.
That's why the pills are there.
Exactly. Then, within the last 7 days, he searched how to woo a girl, how to impress a girl, how to flirt, and how to know if you've been friend-zoned.
Yeah.
Ouch, Bear, you pathetic waste of space.
Poor guy. He ain't got nobody to talk to except for the kitty, and the cat ain't there anymore, Dusty.
Exactly. Well, yesterday, however, he also searched how to play Green Day's Basket Case on the Marimba.
Wow.
And classic romance movies. Okay,
Right.
cool, great. That brings us...
He's like a typical, he wants a happy ending, you know?
For sure, yeah. Just go to a massage parlor.
Probably definitely a fucking virgin, too, you know?
You know,
feel bad
I
for
would
this
not
guy.
be surprised.
Yeah, I think
Would
that's
not
the
be
aim here.
surprised, yeah.
Yeah.
But that brings us to today's search, which are, what are the side effects of Molly?
Yep.
And it spits out a whole laundry list of shit explaining Molly's a street name for MDMA, a psychoactive drug that produces effects of increased energy, pleasure, emotional warmth, distorted sensory and time perception, but it also comes with potential long and short-term side effects, including increased heart rate, blood pressure, dilated pupils, muscle tension or jaw clenching, sweating, chills and nausea, blurred vision, tremors, involuntary movements, increased body temperature, which can lead to hyperthermia, dehydration, or fucking organ failure, anxiety or agitation, mood swings, paranoia and confusion, restlessness or insomnia, intensified emotions, emotional instability, and impaired judgment. Sometimes prolonged use can reduce serotonin levels, cause memory and cognitive impairments, and addiction through psychological dependence, and sleep disturbances. Damn.
That's a bit dramatic.
You don't know. I mean, fucking, these are people's experiences, or at least it thinks from its fucking search it ran. You know what I mean?
I should have left a review.
I've never met Molly, so,
No?
you know, whatever.
Yeah, dude.
But while he's checking all this out, he's also on the phone with Ian, telling him, hey, man, I've looked at like 3 different websites. Definitely seems like she was on Molly.
Yeah, dude, the mood swing thing was just pretty much all he needed, you know? Why was she acting like this? And if they know, I mean...
Right. Well, we see multiple things, like the emotional instability,
Mhm.
the fucking sleep problems. She was up waiting for him when he came back from the
Right.
search, fucking et cetera, et cetera. It all fits.
Right.
But Ian's like, hey, man, you know, no worries. I was just talking to her. She said she wasn't staring at you. She was looking at both of us because it seemed like we were talking about her. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Meanwhile, we're seeing this side profile shot of Bear on the phone in his living room. And suddenly, a shadow or silhouette outside the window that hasn't moved this whole time, which was only like 13 seconds, but still, it was completely still until now.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And it starts moving, and it's definitely the shape of a human on his front porch.
Yeah, there's a little knock on the door, and wouldn't you know it, Nikki.
Yeah. Bear suggests calling her, and Ian's like, yeah, don't do that. But hey, no need. There's a knock on the door, and of course it's her. Hey, Bear. And she's standing there in a little cute dress hanging off her shoulders to show a little skin. She's like, I had to shower and I didn't know what to wear. And he's like,
For what?
yeah, what are you picking out an outfit for?
Yeah, what you mean?
Well, she apologizes about the other night. Ian told her Bear was freaked out. She's like, I probably shouldn't have taken anything, but I was on MDMA and I was wasted. Not a great combo. He's like, don't worry. Do you remember anything? And she's like, well, yeah, some, but my dad made me a mess and I did stuff I probably wouldn't have done otherwise. And I'm not saying you took advantage of me. And he's like, whoa, back the fuck up. Took advantage? How do you mean? I had no idea you were on drugs. And she's like, yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you didn't.
Yeah, just want to confirm. You know, it goes back and forth a few times.
I just want to be clear for the record, in
Right.
case anyone's recording this right now. I have taken advantage of no one.
Yeah, right.
But he has. He just doesn't realize it. She looks really weird right here, too. And they explain something in some of my background research about this movie where they used Uncanny Valley makeup on her for a few scenes, especially the bedroom scene in a bit here. But it's basically when they apply makeup that distorts her features so that they look subtly inhuman from a distance, which apparently it came from a TikTok trend around Halloween of 2023. And it's the idea that when something looks almost human, it's actually scarier than when things look completely inhuman. Because it's, everything's just a little bit off and it sets you on edge.
I only really noticed her eyes, I thought. You know, they had they put this light somewhere, you know, like the room was all dark, but whatever they did, there was like this orange glow in her fucking eyes. And I kept staring at her eyes, kind of like, yeah, it looks fucking weird, you know?
Yeah, she's in the shadow. Like, I think it's a really cool effect. As she's standing in the shadow on the porch here, I think they've got some of that makeup going on, but it's not as pronounced as later.
Right.
As well as like the depth of the darkness in her eyes being much more than they had been before, plus that little glint like you're talking about, like, from a lamp or something in his house.
Yeah, it's super, super weird looking.
But it's really fucking off-putting, yeah. But she tells him, I really like what we have, and I want to be honest about some things. I know you like me, Bear. And he's still denying it. He's like, no, I mean, why do you like me? And she's like, would it freak you out if I said yes? And he's like, well, how long have you felt that way? And she's like, I don't know, about 16 hours. No. She says, well, it just kind of happened over time. It started during Christmas, and I don't know, it just happens. Then last night, I saw that we could, do you have feelings for me? And he's like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
And we cut to them getting busy in the bedroom, a whole montage of the happy new couple being happy and new.
Yeah,
They have breakfast together in the morning. They make out in the back room at work with a jealous Ian staring at them.
Yeah.
They're laughing over a meme I think she made for him with AI of the two of them looking at each other and saying, I want to wear your skin as a sweater.
Yeah.
Super touching. Andy Richter looks at him disgusted across the store. That's pretty funny.
Right.
But like they're cooking, they're playing guitar together, reading, playing piano, while Sarah looks over jealous.
Looks nice,
Yeah. I think Ian should just get with Nikki, Bear should get with Sarah, and everybody will be okay. But they're watching movies and stuff. Well, I mean, he's watching movies and she's watching him creepily. So much so that he physically turns her head back toward the TV.
Right.
Like, stop looking at me, Swan.
I thought it was cute, though.
But we finally join them on a restaurant date here, reminiscing about some good times until an awkward silence ends with Bear asking, hey, how's your dad?
Right.
She doesn't want to talk about that, so she's nervously fidgeting with a butter knife. Meanwhile, he ignores a call on his cell phone from Ian. Might want to take that, buddy.
Right.
She changes the subject. What do you want to, do with your life? I never really asked. And he's like, well, it's not all your fault. I'm kind of a private guy, I've been told. She's like, oh, by who? And he's like, Ian, you?
Right.
You told me I was a closed book once. And she's like, oh, well, the good thing about a closed book is I get to read it from the start. Hell yeah, smooth line.
Yeah, not bad, man.
He tells her he wants to be a food critic, but she calls him out for putting ketchup on his steak, which is absolutely fucking vile, and I hope he burns in hell for it.
I would say it doesn't qualify as a steak once you put ketchup on it.
Hell no. I don't even like when people put steak sauce on their steak. I feel like it's a fucking insult. If I make you a good steak and you slather it in fucking sauce so you can't taste it, fuck you, get out of my kitchen.
Fuck you and your A1, you son of a bitch.
He says, listen, man, I'll walk into the restaurant and they'll be like, hey, aren't you the food guy? And I'll be like, please, call me 3 by Bailey. And then they'll serve me a 4-course meal and I'll pull out my wallet and they'll say, no, sir, please, tonight it's on the house. And then I get paid.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
She's like, oh, is that how that works? And he's like, I have no idea. But she goes, all right, my little food critic, what's the verdict on this bread? And he picks up a piece and licks it, stares off for a second. And he's like, well, slightly stale, but the butter makes up for that shit. She's like, wow, profound. He's like, that'll be $100. And Ian calls again, so he decides to get up and take it. And he's like, what is it, dude? I'm busy. And he's like, busy doing Nikki? Such a bro thing.
Wow, yeah. Fucking dick.
Yeah. Ian tells him, hey, listen, I'm not going to tell Sarah about this because I don't want to spread drama. But I looked into Nikki's dad having cancer, and he's healthy as a baby. He's been to work every day.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And Bear's like, well, why would she lie about that? And Ian's like, I don't fucking know, but I called the hospital she told me about, and they've never even heard of him.
Yeah, that's fucked.
He's like, I always got your back on this stuff. Apparently, Nikki and Sarah had a conversation about you the other day when you weren't in, and Nikki said she just thought of you like her little brother, or, like she friend-zoned you. And look, I know that may suck to hear, but I think you just got to know because I think she might have some kind of ill intentions.
Right.
Meanwhile, in the background, we see Nikki slowly walk into frame.
Yeah.
Staring in the direction of where Bear disappeared around the corner to take the call.
Right.
Just stares over there for a minute and then slowly walks back out of the frame back to the table. Like, what the fuck?
Should have mooned her.
Yeah. Ian's like, something mental might be going on, man, and maybe Sarah's jealous and just made that up. But even if you take that out of the equation, this is fucking strange, dude. Like, Nikki snapped into a different person and she's all of a sudden infatuated with you.
Yeah.
And Bear realizes he's right and puts the phone down and starts to pour through images of her outside the car the night he made his wish, realizing, none of this makes any sense.
Right.
And he walks back to the table slowly, scared out of his mind. And right away, Nikki notices something is off. And she asks if he's all right, but he stammers over a question that he wants to ask, but thinks better of it and says, never mind. Which I hate that he keeps fucking doing that. Just like, man up and speak, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that's when she tells him she has something for him, and she hands him a fucking jewelry box across the table. Oh, shit.
Fuck yeah, dude.
What is this?
Breakfast
Give me
now?
Give me a watch, bro.
Damn, dude.
He opens it, and there's just a very decorative rock inside.
Yeah, it's a tiger's eye.
Yeah, she explains it's a tiger's eye. It was my mom's, and then it was mine. It's supposed to bring you confidence and willpower, so now you can be a food critic. He was like, all right, but why are you giving it to me? And she's like, Bear, I love you so much. I don't think I could live without you. And that's when he feeds her a very specific line, hearkening back to his wish. He's like, you love me more than anyone in the world? She says, yes, more than anyone. And now he just blurts out,
really? Well, I've got a question for you. Does your dad have cancer?
Ooh, shit. Oh, too soon, buddy. Too soon. Which it always will be, because she'll never be ready for that question, because it's not fucking true.
Yeah, dude, her face goes from like nice to kind of evil.
She changes on a fucking dime. And here's where we get that Betty Gabriel from Get Out performance.
It goes like nice, evil, and then I swear I see like 4.
Yeah.
And then you get like a smile, like a good smile.
Uh-huh.
And then you get like this evil ass smirk.
Mm-hmm.
And then
yeah, dude, she changes on a dime. It's amazing. It's like I always talk about James McAvoy's performance in Split.
Yeah.
I think he's fucking incredible in that. And he plays like fucking 12 different characters or whatever it ends up being.
Yeah.
And he's fucking perfect at all of them. But yeah, this is basically the same idea, and I think she kills this performance, dude.
Yeah. She just starts saying no a bunch.
Yeah, dude.
And then gets up.
At first she's kind of laughing about it.
Yeah.
But then she gets a fucking maniacal gleam in her eye and stands up and starts to fight. Like at first she's like, no, don't do that. And she's screaming in this fucking restaurant. She's like, I thought we were having a nice date. Why does it matter? I thought we were having a nice date. And now she starts to cry. And he reassures her, yeah, of course we are. Take it easy. Sit down. But the damage is done, dude. The crowd at this restaurant all turns and the people are like murmuring to each other. Like, look at this crazy bitch.
I don't know why it reminds me of like Evil Dead a little bit.
Yeah?
You know?
Oh, you know what it is? It's the fucking scene where
like the build up
where Linda is calling out the cards and she's like, Jack of clubs, Jack of hearts, and that fucking
screaming.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that for some reason.
Right.
It's really fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah,
shit,
dude. You're like, oh my God. You're just fucking gripping your arm rests on your seat. Like, fucking stop. God.
They should have did like a double voice there. I thought we were having a nice date. Mary. Like Evil Dead style.
Yeah. But he sits her back down and she just stares blankly at him for a minute. She's like, why does it matter? And he's like, you know what? It doesn't. We're all good. Smash cut to them in the bedroom. He's on top of her handling his business, and she's just staring blankly at the ceiling now. She's making all the grunting and moaning sounds you would expect with sex, but she has no expression on her face whatsoever, and her eyes are completely fucking dead.
All right.
Which brings me to another unfortunate and uncomfortable aspect of this movie. This is technically rape, my dude.
No way.
Yes, it is. Considering the circumstances that are revealed later, she may seem perfectly willing, but due to the effects of his wish, he is in a roundabout way raping her by coercion because, in that she's not in her right mind when agreeing to this and encouraging the sex. She's not herself. She's not consenting.
I don't think
Nikki is not consenting. He thinks she is.
So
in his mind, he thinks it's normal and okay.
Right.
But that's because he made this wish to make her want that.
He can't tell her no, though. She is coming on to him.
Yeah, and now she literally can't tell him no. And yes, of course she's coming on to him because she's literally obsessed with him because that was the fucking wish he made. He stole Nikki's life, my dude, and he's fucking now having sex with her body.
Yeah, but he's, like I was saying, he's not provoking the sex, though.
He might not be, but it doesn't matter. He fucking brought it about because of the wish. She never would have asked him for sex if he hadn't wished for it. So he's fucking...
He didn't wish for sex.
I'm not saying he wished for sex. He wished for her to be obsessed with him, which includes the sex. But Nikki, the person, the entity that is Nikki, did not consent to this, nor does she want it. She's not into him. We know that from the beginning of the movie.
Right.
He's fucking raping her.
No.
Yes.
No way.
I'm sorry, but yes. He doesn't have to force her down and hold her to fucking make it happen. But the idea of this is absolutely rape, and you're not going to fucking change my mind about that.
In this logic... Not Nikki, but whoever else we're talking about is forcing him to rape her then. Because he can't tell her no. He can't even.
He doesn't want to tell her no. She literally can't tell him no.
It's just like, that's what I'm saying. He can't tell this entity.
We don't know.
Either.
We don't know who started the sex. Because it just
entity.
It just cuts. No, I'm saying it just cuts to them in the bedroom, and they're in the middle of having sex. We don't know how it began.
He's not leading.
We don't know.
He's not driving here. The entity is driving.
I mean, maybe he's on top of her and thrusting.
Yeah, but he's not doing anything he wants to. The entity is making all the calls.
I disagree, dude. I think this is one of his dreams coming fucking true, dude. He's getting to fuck Nikki.
He's terrified.
Who he's apparently been either in love with or at least infatuated with.
Everything up until this point, we agreed that, oh, he's just a hopeless romantic.
Right, which is fine.
None of this was about fucking. The entity wants to fuck. He was a virgin.
The fucking is a part of...
He's scared.
The fucking is a part of the love he wants, though. He wants the relationship.
He wants to be with her,
He wants the romance, yes.
Right.
But he does also want the sex. It comes along with it. It's a natural fucking element to a relationship, a romantic relationship.
He didn't even want to get in bed with her, remember?
At first. But now they've been together
scared.
for a while. They've already had sex once. They woke up having fucking breakfast the next morning. This is several days later because we went through that montage.
That's true.
Now they've had this date, and he thinks, in his mind, basically, she's his. And that's, for all intents and purposes, that's the situation. She's basically his property now because she is not in control anymore. She's not in the driver's seat. Nikki is gone. She's trapped in her own mind.
I feel like Bear's not driving either, though.
Maybe not completely, not the way you're thinking, but it was because of his wish this scenario even exists.
Right. I feel like, I don't disagree with it, but I feel like that's a long shot.
We have different takes on it. That's fine.
Right.
But I'm just saying she's not her. He's having sex with what basically amounts to her body without her consent.
With that, yeah.
And it's fucked. It's
I
fucked
agree.
up.
I almost think like I see the entity coming on to him as we already saw.
Yeah.
And he can't say no. So if anything, he's getting fucking raped too. Not saying
that could be the way it happened.
Not that he doesn't like it.
No, sure. But that could be the way it happened. But we didn't see that part. But what I'm saying is that this entire fucking thing is because he bitched out, couldn't actually man up and tell her in the moment when she opened up to him, hey, tell me if you like me. Right. He couldn't fucking do it and cowardly made a wish instead, which brought everything back around.
See, I almost think those early scenes too were also signs that she did like him. If you like me, tell me right now.
I think it could have possibly...
It could have went either.
It could have went either way.
It might have been a stern, no.
She had already mentioned, okay, so Ian said something about get your girl home, and she's like, ew, don't say that.
Right.
She apparently told Sarah, I think of him as a little brother. But at the same time, when they're in the car on the way home, the night he makes the wish, but before he makes it, she's like, you're the only one I can talk to about stuff like that. So maybe there's some thoughts swirling around in her mind that, maybe I didn't consider it at first, but maybe I could see us together.
You know what I wonder too?
Like
Ian gave her a ride home. Did Ian fuck her right there?
No.
You don't think so?
Not at that comes later.
Right. But I almost wonder if there could have been a hookup there too. Though.
There could have. I very fucking highly doubt it.
Or she already too. That's why she was outside the window already.
Coming from Ian's house.
Right. All right, I'm done.
Oh, shit. Well, speaking of being done, he finishes and rolls over.
Oh, God.
And she says, that was amazing, baby. And now it's his turn to stare at the ceiling. And he's just like, yeah. And obviously feeling guilty about this.
Yeah, he could be in shock too.
Or that. Whatever. Either way, we cut to him waking up at 3:45 a.m. Nikki's not in bed, so he calls out to her. No answer, but finally, he notices something in the corner in the dark, just in the shadows, fucking lurking over there. And she says from that corner, go back to sleep. And he gasps, what the fuck are you doing over there?
Yeah, creep.
And she starts to move, but it's a very fucking unsettling way she starts to move. Some viewers pointed out that it's very cat-like tiptoeing.
Ooh, I thought she looks like she's possessed almost.
It's like that jerky, unnatural movement. Yeah, It's creepy as fuck. That always gets me in movies, dude.
What do they call that? Or it's real quick, spazzy? Yeah. Spazzy movements?
Yeah.
Nothing smooth about the way she moves.
And she kind of does the Jim Carrey, and fucking steps out. And
from Cable Guy?
Yeah. He's like, what are you doing? And she creepily whispers, watching you sleep. You're so cute when you sleep. But he notices she's wearing a sweater, and she whispers, yeah, it smells like you. And he
Dude,
tells her
she could have just watched. It wouldn't have been creepier if
he woke up and she was just staring at him from the bed.
Right, yeah.
That would be way fucking easier.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Jason put his face right into the microphone and stared at it, cross-eyed. He asks her to come back to bed, and she immediately shrinks back, saying, no. And she ducks back into the corner like a fucking weirdo. And he calls to her again, and again she refuses. But that's when she tells him, I don't like my dreams. And she does 3 really big, really weird, and really forced sobs here.
Right.
She's like, And I'm wondering if she doesn't like those dreams because it allows Nikki to awaken within her, albeit subconsciously. But this is more of that weird Uncanny Valley makeup going on as well. When she says, I feel like you don't love me as much as I do. Well, that's probably good, Nikki. You should love yourself the most.
Oh, my God.
Like, it's not mutual, she says. And he tries to convince her, no, I totally do. Just come back to bed. But she's like, no, go back to sleep. And he actually rolls over, which amazed me. I wouldn't fucking take my eyes off of her again. I would be moving by myself the next day, changing my name and phone number, going into witness protection, all that shit. This bitch is whacked the fuck out. And as he lays there trying to get back to sleep, suddenly she screams out of the darkness, why don't you love me? And she fucking, when he looks up, she comes darting across the room from the other side of where she just was,
Right.
running sideways, holding a vase of flowers up in front of her face. What the fuck is this nonsense?
Yeah, why?
Well, I was wondering why before, but I think I might have something about that here. She pads over to the other side of the bed and just stands there, still covering her face with these flowers. And he's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
And finally, after way too long, she puts him down on the nightstand and calmly says, for Sandy, okay? And she lays back down. Fucking bruh. The shit was that about? But a lot of people are pointing out it's always when she sees her reflection that she freaks out and snaps back to Nikki for a minute. So holding the flowers in front of her face allows her to travel across the room without risking seeing herself and snapping Nikki back to consciousness.
Oh, okay. I get that.
Which I think makes a lot of sense.
Right.
But she settles in right away.
She gets back in bed like nothing's happened.
Like nothing ever fucking happened. But he starts to try to sneak out of bed. But I love this fucking delivery on this. She's not sleeping yet. So as soon as he starts to move, she's like, stay. And what do you fucking do in that situation? He just like snaps right back to his same position, never to fucking move again,
Right.
probably.
Doesn't move all night.
Yeah. It's insane. And we get a fun little time-lapse shot out the window as it changes from night to day, and Bear walks out in the morning all dressed in his work shirt and into the bathroom where he notices, dude, what the fuck? And he walks out to ask Nikki, hey, did you cut my fucking hair? And she just nonchalantly says, yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I don't see the big deal.
He's like, yeah, let's not do that, okay?
I don't have any hair, so I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. In our situation, it would be, hey, don't shave my beard.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly. Now I got your attention.
Fucking dare.
Yeah. Well, she grabs this little like fucking child lunchbox from beside her and gives it to him. She's like, I packed you a lunch.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Apparently he's working today and she's not. And he's like, great. Can we talk about last night? She's like, yeah, that was weird, huh? Sorry about that. And that's not fucking good enough. But he's like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. But hey, if I'm being honest, it was kind of terrifying.
Right.
So she apologizes again, explaining, I just had a bad dream, and she just kind of trails off here. And he's like, you what? But she doesn't continue. Instead, she's just like, how's this? And she smiles the biggest, fakest smile she can smile until he's like, cool. You know what? That's actually not great. And she's like, shit, okay. And legitimately looks disappointed.
Right.
And it reminded me a lot of the end of Pearl, where Mia Goth is forcing a bright smile at the screen, but also crying like a fucking lunatic while the credits roll.
Right.
Super uncomfortable. And he's like, all right, listen, bitch. And she interrupts him with a kiss like it's going to fix everything. And it looks really nice, but they both smile about it, saying, I love you. I love you too. So. He's like, yeah, I fucking get it.
You're right.
He's like, will you promise me something? She's like, yes. He's like, no more weird stuff, okay? No watching me while I sleep and moving weird. And she's like, I super promise. I'm so sorry it even happened. And he's like, all right, so we're good then. Awesome. I'm going to go to work now. But then he turns around to see some of the craziest shit ever. He stands up and looks at the door. and it's duct taped shut.
The whole motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm not saying a couple strips. I mean, she has fucking mummified this door in duct tape.
I'm not saying a couple rolls.
No,
I'm saying like motherfucking like
plasters this fucking thing to the wall. She's like, you ain't leaving, bitch. And it's a really striking image when it finally cuts to the door and there's a big score sting to go along with it. And yeah, I said she at least used an entire roll on this thing,
Dude.
maybe 2, but you're saying more?
Dude, I know a duct tape roll lasts a long time, but
Depends on the size of the fucking roll,
right,
for sure.
But dude, no, he like has trouble opening the fucking door. It's like
a lot of trouble, yeah. And Bear's a little dude too, so he's got
like it looks like it's like cartoony. Like
Yeah.
it's like a foot fucking thick.
Yeah,
dude.
and
looks
it hangs
ridiculous.
over the door quite a fucking bit,
Right.
on all sides.
Yeah. Oh,
And
it's fucking goofy, dude.
It's
so
fucking
funny.
crazy as shit. And like, I'm sure it took like at least an hour to do, if not more.
She was like doing it all night real fast, like
Yeah.
Exorcist style, like
I'm surprised he didn't wake up to the sounds of tape ripping off the roll, dude.
yeah. Oh yeah. That took days.
But holy fucking shit, this door, like the visual of this door is fucking insane. And you're like, holy fuck me. And he stands up and she's like, I wish I was scheduled today. And he's like, no, just enjoy your day off. He's
Yeah.
like trying to play it off like he doesn't see anything crazy.
Right.
She's like, maybe I could pop by. And he's like, no, you just make yourself at home. Bro, I would have left and not come back to my own house. Or at least come back with the cops, dude, you know? Like, she needs to be committed. But he walks to the door and they exchange I love yous, and he just casually grabs his bag, slings it over his shoulder, and then struggles like a motherfucker trying to open this door.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, oh, if you're having trouble, maybe you should just stay home. And he's like, no, thank you, I got it, just give me a sec. And he finally pulls it free with much fucking exertion.
Right.
And finally walks out like nothing happened. Jesus Christ, man. And she's back to her weird smile again when it cuts back to her. Oddly enough, she doesn't move not a fucking muscle, and the expression on her face doesn't change. And the camera pans down as she fucking, speaking of The Exorcist, she pulls a Reagan right here
Starts to pee.
and just pisses all over the floor beneath her. And at first I took it as, okay, this entity is not human and is ignoring its human, bodily functions, because the only thing it cares about at this point is Bear. Therefore, plans not to move until he comes back. And I do still think that's the case, but thoughts literally include nothing else, hence obsession.
Mm-hmm.
And some were also pointing out, hey, maybe she doesn't want to go to the bathroom because that's where the mirror is. And she doesn't want to risk looking into it for fear of waking poor Nikki, who's trapped inside, and, giving her any control. Either way, it's fucking madness.
Right.
And we cut to Bear just staring off into the middle distance at work. He's fucking had it, dude. He's sitting on a piano bench. But hey, it's lunchtime at least, so he grabs his box and opens it to find an apple and a Tupperware container with a couple of pictures sitting on top of it.
Right.
And the first picture is of him just walking through his house like she just snapped a fucking candid photo. And there's a heart drawn around his face. And the other is a picture she took of the two of them in bed. He's asleep, but she's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, smiling for the camera. But the creepiest part is that the picture says you on the bottom of the Polaroid of him. And then on the other picture, it says, not me.
Right.
Which I believe to be Nikki, the real Nikki, trying to communicate with him to let him know, hey, asshole, I don't know who this is you think you're with, but it's not really Nikki. And we see that Sarah's sitting on the floor next to Bear also having lunch. And she asks him, why is everyone so entitled these days? People have no patience. It was clear I was busy, but they would not stop pestering me. And that's when she looks over at the pictures Bear's holding and says, what the fuck is that? And he casually just puts him down as quick as he can, dismissing it as an inside joke.
Right.
But he grabs the Tupperware container and there's a sticky note on top that says, my little food critic. And he takes the lid off to reveal half a sandwich inside. Okay, looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
And Sarah asks him if he's going to Ian's little thing tonight. And he's like, oh shit, I didn't even hear about it. And she makes a gesture like, oh, well, that's not super surprising. So Bear's like, what? And that's when he brings up what she told Ian about Nikki friend-zoning him.
Right.
And he's like, I don't know what Nikki said in the past, but, and she interrupts him saying, look, man, we talked about it exactly one time. I just think it's weird that you guys are dating all of a sudden, like super dating.
Super dating.
I could care less whatever game Nikki's playing. I just don't want you to get hurt. And he gets offended by that on Nikki's behalf. Like, dude, what's your problem with her?
Right.
And she continues, oh, and by the way, if Ian's going to spread my shit, then you should know that Ian and, but she doesn't get to finish that because her dad walks up. holding a fucking college acceptance letter. He's like, hey, sweetheart, you got another one. And he helps her up, and the two of them walk over to the other side of the store to look at it.
Right.
And both heave heavy sighs. Apparently, it's not good news. She didn't get in.
Wah, wah.
He tells her, you got to get in somewhere or else. Fucking or else what, dude? You going to kick your daughter out on the street? Fucking hard out here living this life. None of us asked for this shit.
Todd out here for a pin.
She's obviously disappointed, but she looks back at Bear and walks back to sit next to him. She's like, that's what I get for being such a fucker in high school, I guess.
Right.
And he sits down on the ground next to her, asking if that was the letter she was expecting, if it was the last one she was expecting from a college. She's like, nope, I got one more coming from Luther. And that's the one she really wanted to get into for art school. And she lays her head on his shoulder now, and he just puts his head on hers. And I think in this moment, he feels a difference here in this girl that clearly cares about him, seeking comfort from him, being a much different situation than Nikki laying her head on his shoulder earlier in whatever fabricated, manufactured attempt at human emotion that was.
Right.
This feels real.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells her, hey, don't worry, you can give me a tattoo without school. And she smiles with
Fuck
him.
that.
As he tells her, it's got to be small and in a hidden location. And I'm like, what? Why? But
he knows he's going to look like shit.
She leans in to kind of nudge him, but that's when she notices his lunch smells weird. Ruh-roh.
Yeah, that is weird, isn't it?
But she stands up saying, oops, and snatches the fucking note like Casey Jones from fucking the Ninja Turtles movie. She snatches the note that Nikki left him, and she reads it, and it says, my little food critic. And she's like, huh, what the fuck does that mean? And then she reads on the back, what's the verdict on Cat? She holds up the note, which he hasn't seen the back of yet, and that's exactly what it says. What's the verdict? Cat?
Yeah, dude, the music turns like dreadful.
Yeah, man. She's like, dude, that's super weird. What's that supposed to mean? And that's when he takes a closer look at this sandwich, realizing that she has cooked his fucking dead cat and used the meat in this sandwich. What the fuck? He tries to process this for a minute, but he can't handle it, and he leans over to the garbage can that's thankfully right next to him and starts throwing up in it.
Yeah.
Sarah and Ian both freak out, and she calls to her dad, and Ian's like, bro, I can't look at that. I'll throw up too.
Yeah.
Sarah keeps asking, what does that mean? And hilariously through heaves, he gurgles out, oh, inside joke.
Yeah.
I was fucking dying, dude. You guys joke about eating cats? That's fucked up.
Guess so, dude.
We're not at a Vietnamese restaurant.
Why the fuck? Whoa.
We cut to him walking out later that night, and Ian walks out a second later asking for a ride home. Apparently, he had to Uber today because his check engine light came on. And Bear starts to make up some excuse to not take him. He's like, oh, I was gonna... And Ian's like, what, run some errands? Come on, bro, we're neighbors.
All right.
And we cut to the middle of a very silent drive home, which Ian breaks the silence of, saying, so, we gonna talk about you and Nikki? He's like, one day you come to me saying she's having a mental breakdown, losing her shit, and now you're all like, oh, she's totally fine and we're in love. Can you explain that to me, please? She's obviously lying about the cancer, and now she's sleeping over all the time, lying about her dad. You have to admit that's crazy.
Well, he's kind of like, dude, we figured out it was drugs, you know?
Oh, sure, yeah. He's like, yeah, by the way, I heard you were having a little party tonight. Why didn't you invite us?
Right.
And Ian's like, oh, us, huh? Oh, you're an us now? And Bear corrects it to, all right, why didn't you invite me? And he's like, fuck that. Don't change the subject. I'm not going to invite you two to my place. It kind of looks like Nikki's going through something, and kind of looks like you're taking advantage of the situation, bro. It's a bad look.
Boom. Dropped a bomb, dude.
What the fuck? Bear's like, why are you trying to ruin a good thing, dude? And he's like, man, Carter even said something about it, which Carter's their boss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's the one that won't leave me alone. Like,
Yeah.
like fuck. I mean... That's where the whole situation, like, I feel like the little bit that we were talking about, it almost kind of goes, but it's hard to fucking, everybody's getting taken advantage of. We all know whose fucking fault it was.
Yeah.
But even this dude, little sappy fucking soft guy,
Yeah.
as much as he might have wanted whatever, has no fucking control of this. It's the bad wish thing that's getting him, you know? He's
Right.
fucked too. But,
which, sure, I guess he's a victim of that.
yeah, like
But
he's just, everybody's getting...
He's still a victim of his own fucking cowardice,
yes,
though.
absolutely.
You know, like
Mhm.
he should have just fucking
But also...
been true to himself and his feelings and fucking his friends.
Yeah, he did all this with an intention. You know, he might as well have wished
Right.
on a shooting star.
Sure.
he didn't think this thing was going to work. And
Right.
He definitely didn't think he was
Probably
going to
not
get
really.
laid. Yeah,
Right.
You know, like, fuck. All right. Back to our program.
Right. Ian's like, all right, listen, you can come to my party, but Nikki cannot. He's like, that's fine by me. And Ian offers to text Sarah to make sure she doesn't come either.
Right.
He's like, oh, we're just going to have a boys' night. Don't worry about it.
Hell yeah.
And if this is a healthy relationship, Nikki should have no problem with that. And Bear's like, all right, bet. But then we cut to him pulling up to his house alone. And he doesn't want to get out of the car at first, knowing what's coming.
Pep talk. Yeah, dude. He's like, all right, how is this going to go?
Yeah, he starts rehearsing what he's going to say, like looking in the mirror.
Well, not even talking about the shit with Ian yet.
No.
Nikki, you can't cook the cat.
Yeah,
You can't cook the cat.
He looks into the mirror like, Nikki, I'm very upset. Like, shut the fuck up. Like a parent just telling their kid, no,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Not only can you not cook the cat,
Yeah.
I'm having a fucking voice. This is not going to go well.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that'll fucking teach her. He starts to get out of the car, but then the One Wish Willow box starts doing its jingle again, completely unprompted, which kind of startles him a little bit. And then he pulls it out of the box, noticing the number on the back. And he decides to call it to try to get some answers. And this random dude answers, but he doesn't say anything official sounding. Like, he doesn't address the One Wish Willow company or anything at all. He's just like, hello.
It's just some dude's cell phone.
Yeah. And Bear's like, hello. And the guy's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And Bear's like, is this the One Wish Willow? And he's like, yeah, so dude, how can I help you?
It says, so.
And Bear's like, I want to see if there's any way I can alter a wish. And dude's like, what, you want to cancel? And Bear's like, well, no, I just want to, change it. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't really do that. If you have any questions about how it works, or if you want to, read the back of the box. And Bear's like, bro, is this for real? The guy's like, yeah, it's totally fucking real.
Yeah.
Super nonchalant about everything. And Bear clarifies, no, I mean, is her love real? And the guy here, interestingly, says, just because you chose this for her doesn't make it less real.
Right.
Whoa.
It's physically
That's a
motherfucking
crazy
real.
thought. Yeah, right.
It's kind of like what I got.
Yeah.
Is death real? That's kind of what
This
it felt
dick's
like.
real?
Right.
No. But Bear says, all right, enough of this shit. I'd like to cancel then. And the guy responds, you'd like to file a cancel request? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, we don't really do that.
Yeah.
Why did you fucking make it sound like I could? This dude's infuriating. He's like, nah, man, I was just guessing your intention.
Yeah, dude, this guy was cool. He just,
Well, no, don't make it seem like, oh, you want to submit a cancel report? And he's like, yeah, no.
we don't have cancer reports.
So he's like, at the end of his rope, he's like, what the fuck do I do then? He's like, I mean, nothing really. Bear's like, what, she's just fucked forever? And he's like, well, yeah, I mean, as long as you live. Well, that's not fucking ominous at all.
Right. Hey, makes sense. When you die, the wish will go away because you're not alive anymore.
Yeah. And Bear's like, that's really it, huh? Which it makes sense, but it also doesn't because, the person still made the wish.
Right.
Maybe that just means she's grieving forever, trying to dig into his fucking grave, to be with him still.
That'd be fucked.
It could be the case, you know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't necessarily mean it has to fucking snap,
Right.
back to normal. But dude confirms, yeah, as long as you're alive, it sounds to me like you have a moral obligation to be there for her. But then shit gets extra weird. Bear starts trying to explain some of her behavior, and the guy's like, do you want to talk to her? And he's like, fucking what? Talk to who?
Yeah.
And the guy asks the question again, but now we hear a female voice screaming in the background. And Bear's like, who is that?
Nikki.
And he says it's fucking Nikki, which Bear has not given her name through this phone call at all, by the way. She continues screaming. The guy asks again if he wants to talk to her, but he's had enough. He just hangs up the phone and goes inside, where the duct tape is still on the back of the door, and he finds Nikki still standing in exactly the same place she was when he left. But now she looks terrible, covered in sweat and vomit, which startles the shit out of him.
Why was she throwing up? I can see there being shit and piss all over the floor.
Sure, well, she kind of explains that, and I think she starts to explain it in one way, and then she's like, oh, wait, no, that's not what a human would say. Let me explain it a different way.
I ate a bug.
Because,
I had a stomach bug.
At first, she's happy as fuck to see him, and she greets him, and as soon as she starts talking, a bunch of drool spills out of her mouth, and she comes up to give him a hug, but he stops her like, hey, please don't fucking touch me. She's like, what? What's wrong? And he's like, look at you, dude. What the fuck happened? You're gross.
Yeah, what are you doing?
And she apologizes, prompting him to ask, what, did you have a seizure or some shit? And her answer is, I ate a bug, or I have a stomach bug, I think. Fucking ate a bug? What? We don't really know if she's serious about that or maybe just doesn't know the proper English for the phrase, you know?
Right.
Like masquerading as a human. It's like shows where an alien's trying to pass themselves off as human, but their phrasing on things doesn't exactly work the way they mean it to. Like, greetings, human friends. I am famished and would love to eat with you. But like, if people are right and she is maybe the entity of a cat, like some people are trying to claim, cats eat bugs sometimes.
Oh, they're trying to say she's a cat?
Yeah, we haven't gotten into that yet, but that's some people's fan theory here. And I kind of wonder, like, taking it a step further, if she is a cat, there's a whole resurrection element going on. Could she possibly be the spirit of his cat, Sandy, who loved him unconditionally and would have been, quote, obsessed with him anyway, gets brought back into Nikki's body and doesn't know how to fucking be a human. She just knows she loves him. You know what I mean? It's really fucking weird to think about and uncomfortable, but like fucking, I don't know. We don't really get answers, you know? But Jason's just shaking his head like, ugh, no.
Okay.
Please no. She tells him she was just standing there waiting for him to come home. And that's it. Just waiting. Only waiting.
Right.
And she tells him, don't worry about it. I'll shower. I'll clean up the mess. And she actually walks through it on the way to the bathroom.
Yeah, ew.
We get a
Cracking
gross,
the house.
yeah, dude, she gets a gross, like squishy sound as she passes through the pile of vomit, which a lot of people have pointed out, that's part of the cat theory. It looks like it's comprised of cat food, like kibble, which may or may not be legit, just another weird thing to add to the list.
Right.
But she runs into the bathroom, slams the door in his face, promising to clean it up, and the shower starts up. And now that he doesn't have to be physically facing her, he decides now is a good time to tell her a few things. And he's like, we talked about this. No answer. And so he's like, did you cook the cat? Nikki, you can't do that. I'm very upset about that. And then totally nonchalant. Okay, honey.
Yeah, it doesn't phase her.
Yeah, not at all. He's like, all right, next point, I guess. Hey, so Ian invited me to a boys' night. Boom. The shower turns off at that. And there's a huge bang on the wall inside. And she's like, okay. And Bear's like, you know, no big. I'm just going to go do that. I mean, you know, if that's okay with you. Bitch, please, grow a pair, would you?
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, so you're just going to go to the boys' night? I could get dressed up and go with you. And he's like, yeah, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of a boys' night, so I think I'll just go. And she loses it in the bathroom and fucking punches the wall super hard and screams. I think she hits the wall hard enough to break the tile, by the way. But another one of those fucking savage screams while you hear pieces clatter to the ground inside.
Right.
And he's like, holy shit, are you okay? And Nikki's like, huh, that's funny. Sarah was just telling me that she's going, but, you know, no worries, I guess. I'll just stay here then. Super passive aggressive.
Right.
And Bear tries to dig himself out of the hole now. He's like, oh, Sarah's going? Well, if she's going, I think you should come. That sounds really great. And his breath is super quick and shallow here because he's fucking terrified.
Mm-hmm.
But she screams out of the bathroom, no, if you wanted me to go, you would tell me to go. And she starts doing the fake sobbing shit again. We cut to the party where Ian is dressing down Bear for bringing Nikki. He's like, I fucking knew it, dude. Would she guilt you or something? And we see Nikki sitting in the background. It's a cool shot because that's what the camera's focused on. And we see Ian in the foreground totally blurry. And Bear's like, shut the fuck up. No, she didn't guilt me. And he's like, what, you couldn't be without her for 3 fucking hours, dude? And Bear tells him Sarah invited her. What was I supposed to do? And that's when the music kicks in. As they walk out of the kitchen, Ian explains, well, Sarah didn't do anything wrong. And Bear tries to claim, well, neither did we. Okay, buddy, but everything's been super fucking weird.
Right. So I'm saying, like, it's once you realize, like, I had more than one watch through this. So the first time that we're going through, Ian doesn't really seem, it's just like, he seems like a concerned, nice friend, but he's fucking not.
Right.
Because of what we find out. And that's what, looking back on this shit now, I'm kind of like, he's a fucking major issue with this whole situation too.
Yeah.
You know? Really is.
They walk out to join the party and Ian yells at someone to keep their fucking hands off his mom's china. But they sit down and rejoin this Jenga drinking game where a guy pulls a block out and reads the prompt, choose someone to drink every time you do for the next 3 rounds. And he chooses Ian. Next guy pulls his block and the prompt is to switch seats with anyone. And he chooses Baron. I want to sit next to Nikki, he says. I don't think you do, buddy.
Ooh, okay.
Nikki protests, but Bear's like, yeah, it's fine. And she holds onto his hand until he's out of reach. And Ian just says, geez, Bear, what kind of a spell did you put on her? Which everybody giggles at a little, but then Nikki laughs way too fucking hard, and it's obviously forced. And it quiets everybody down. It's like she waits to get Bear's confirmation before laughing, like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. Engage human laughter. But then she overdoes it, and everybody at the party quiets down like, what the fuck, dude? It wasn't that funny.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Yeah, she's like, so true. He did cast a spell on me. But that's when Sarah tells Nikki it's her turn. So she snaps back to attention like, oh. She pulls a block and doesn't read the prompt. She just stands up, pulls her phone out, and completely randomly starts reciting some weird shit. The air was charged by the distinct call of a night bird. His face was obscured, but I knew he was looking at my chest, each side stretching, recently matured at different sizes. And so come lie with me like the old woman taught us when we were children, I said. He closed the door and leaned against it. You're not my wife, Gretel, he said. I'm more than your wife, I'm your sister. And Hansel flinched and reached for the door handle. I knew he would not leave this place. He would relent and choose to be inside me like he had many nights before. If not, I would fillet his meaty forearm, roll it like a stick of licorice, and insert the flesh between my legs. Hansel is my soul, a love only the branch of a willow tree could conjure. Brother, you will be inside me tonight. Okay, so she fucking says all this completely weird shit to everybody in front of this party. And she sits down like everything's completely normal. And she's like, oh, that's a new book I'm working on. I don't have to drink. But now the whole party's super fucking uncomfortable with this weird ass, like, fucked up incestual retelling of Hansel and Gretel she's apparently writing.
Yeah, dude. Ew.
Yeah, it's like fucking Jaime and Cersei from Game of Thrones. Like,
I definitely realized it was some Hansel and Gretel thing. And then, like, yeah, I was like, why? What's this shit about fucking your sister, dude? That's fucking gross.
Right, exactly.
And
but
why don't you have to drink? I think you should drink twice.
This plays more into the fucking Egyptian lore background I was talking about. I'll get into that when we're done here. But I'd like to say her delivery was super creepy and impressive, all the way down to the accents.
Oh, yeah.
It's gross, but good job, Nikki /Indy.
Hello, governor.
Everybody's like, okay. And a guy named Reggie just tells Joe it's his turn, but Joe's like, no, I switched spots with Baron. It's his turn now. Bear's like, oh shit, okay. So he pulls a block out, and it says to kiss the person to his left, which is Sarah.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, boy.
There's a really cool pan over to Sarah and a big score sting, which is when Nikki stands up with a stomp, staring at him with a big frown on her face. She doesn't say anything.
The really big, stupid, sad, pouty face that we're seeing all over the internet now.
Right. She doesn't say anything. She just walks around and stands behind Sarah for a second. And at first, nobody moves, including Sarah, who's just staring dead ahead.
Right.
And we're all thinking, oh, fuck, what's she about to do? Maybe a beer bottle against her head. Maybe she's going to snap her neck. But then Nikki grabs Sarah's chair and pulls it back so she can, and it looks like she doesn't struggle with it at all.
It's very odd.
Yeah. She pulls her chair back so that she, Nikki, can be on Bear's left. And she kneels down and puckers up, and Bear gives her a little peck, which she moans at and puts a hand on his face. No one on this earth will ever comprehend what it feels like to love someone as much as I love you. And then she stands up yelling to the whole party, and everyone in this room will die, never feeling the strength of connection I have felt with my bear. And everybody's like,
dude,
okay.
The room is fucking dead silent.
Yeah, dude, she sucked the energy right the fuck out of this thing. Mm-hmm. But she stares down at Ian, which is when he asks if she's okay, but she tries to play off the whole thing. I'm just kidding, guys. It's just a joke. But nobody answers, so she's like, all right, fuck you, fine. I'm not joking. Ian breaks the silence asking, hey, who wants Jell-O shots? But one guy says he'll take one, so Ian walks away to grab him, and he asks if anybody else wants one. Nikki freaks the fuck out again, dropping to the floor and screaming, it's not me! It's not me! And I think she saw her reflection in Bear's beer bottle here, snapping her back to herself for a moment. Mm-hmm. And she takes a liquor bottle off the table and very fucking talk to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very fucking
the party
bring her back.
The party felt like talk to me a little bit.
She fucking smashes the bottom of this bottle to break it and then just starts ramming it into her fucking face.
Right.
Everyone loses their shit. Ian yells at Bear to get her to the hospital, and Nikki looks up at everybody and starts to laugh like, oh, I'm so sorry, and just shrugs at Bear with a face like, what are you gonna do? Just another Tuesday. Meanwhile, Bear's just sitting in his seat staring off into nothing until Ian's screaming at him, get up, asshole, take her to the hospital.
Yeah. Bleeding all over my floor.
Cool, Nikki. Thanks for ruining the party. And we cut to them driving to the hospital.
He's not scared of her at all. This dude's fucking...
Bro.
He, like I said,
Shit's wild.
He's fucking, dude, he's terrified.
Mm-hmm.
He is fucking scared as fuck. Whatever the fuck's got a hold of her has control of the whole situation, dude.
Basically,
and
yeah.
Everybody's gonna fucking pay one by one. You're all gonna fucking...
Well, I do end up liking the way that it ends because I think it's right.
Right.
Kind of. We'll talk about it. But we cut to them driving to the hospital, and she leans over to lay her bloody face on his shoulder, still trying to, like, kiss his neck and shit. And he's like, no, thank you. And
yeah,
the
dude,
music...
It's like nothing's ever fucking happened.
Yeah.
She's just back to normal. Well, not normal.
No.
Back to the bad normal.
Back to her current normal, whatever the fuck that is.
Right.
But music plays over a scene of them standing in front of an emergency room sign while he pleads with this nurse to take her inside, but Nikki's refusing treatment.
Oh, is that what's going on?
She walks over to the door and she shakes her head at her.
Oh, okay. I was kind of like, why won't they? I thought they were refusing.
Right.
I'm like, fucking take her,
But
dude.
no,
Her
she-
head's fucking cut up.
Right.
Face,
But
whatever.
apparently she refuses treatment, so what's the fucking nurse supposed to do? She won't get out of the car.
I got
The nurse shrugs and walks away, and then Nikki gets out and starts dancing like a psychopath.
you. She's totally fine.
And we cut to the two of them back at home, sitting silent at the dining room table. Great score here, by the way. Nikki stands to walk around to Bear's side of the table, but when she tries to touch him, he brushes her off and stands up saying, I gotta go to the bathroom. To which she asks if she can stand outside like a cat would.
Mm.
And he's like, no, bitch, that's fucking weird. We said no more weird stuff. And he asks her why she acted like that at the party, and her answer is, Sarah's dirty. And he's like, you're scaring everyone, Nikki. Look at yourself. You fucking hurt yourself. Look at your face.
Right.
And she apologizes, telling him, oh, I just get nervous, and I know Sarah likes you. And he fucking loses it here, trying to puzzle out what the fuck is happening. He buries his face in his hands, and he screams, everything was normal. It was all good. Look, you're so beautiful, and you are normal, but this isn't okay, Nikki. Do you like me? And she stands up like, what are you talking about? No, I don't like you. I love you. And he's like, no, listen to me. Do you even like me at all? Is Nikki happy? Does
Right.
Nikki like me? And she answers, yeah, of course. And then her expression changes to that devious smile you were talking about.
Right.
I'm your freaky Nikki.
Whoa.
He's like, all right, that's enough. He walks away, and she asks where. He's like I fucking said, I'm going to the bathroom. And before he walks away, she's like, can you just tell me you love me? And that's when he comes to another realization. That's all I've ever wanted. And she agrees, but he argues, no, that's not what you want. I want this to work so bad, but it can't. And she gets desperate here, like, yes, it can. Of course it can. So Bear's like, okay, then we need to take some space from each other. You need to go home for the night. And she starts crying again. I don't want space. Just tell me what to do. And he yells, just be normal. And she screams back, I can't be normal.
Right.
And he tells her he just wants her to be Nikki. And she fucking starts screaming, I can be Nikki. And she drops to her knees, pleading with him, sobbing uncontrollably. I thought she was going to try to start sucking his dick. But she's like, I'll be anything you want me to be. And he's like, listen to yourself. Nikki wouldn't say that. I just want you to act like Nikki. You're not being that right now. And she shrieks, I can't be Nikki. Dude, we should have taken a Nikki count like we did with Michael on Lost Boys. She apologizes for losing her shit and tries to convince him, I love you. I'm sorry. I can be Nikki. But now he's resigned to the idea that it's just not real.
Right.
And she's like, I love you in every reality, Bear. And he just says, I love you too.
He crying.
And him saying that throws everything back into chaos because she stands up and does this weird fucking backwards walking thing like she's playing in reverse in slow motion.
Like in fucking Ace Ventura. Yeah,
but
that's what you stepped in. That's what was on your shoe.
but scary as fuck.
Yeah. Oh,
And like she even says something crazy when she stops moving that's unintelligible, but the score plays an off-kilter kind of sound cue and it's all super unsettling. Back to the uncanny valley thing going on with her makeup. She looks fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. She fucking crazy. It's fucking really, really uncomfortable.
Super fucking intense. But
Right.
Bear falls to the floor yelling at her that she's scaring him. She's like, don't be scared, baby. I would never hurt you. And she's back to standing in the shadows again. She apologizes, but then fucking violently lunges at him out of nowhere.
Right, like only for a sec though.
Yeah, just for a second. And he flinches again, standing up against the wall, sitting against the wall. And she just stands there for a minute until he catches his breath a little. He's like, why don't you take the bed for yourself tonight? I'll go sleep at Ian's and I'll come back in the morning. And snap, like nothing ever happened. She just says, okay, and walks away.
Kinda.
When she does.
There's a bunch of fucking noise from the other room.
Clattering and banging noises coming from the kitchen specifically.
Like she's destroying shit pretty much,
well,
I thought.
We hear sounds like silverware falling onto the floor and dishes clattering and stuff. He asks what she's doing and she yells back, "I don't need your attention!" And she walks back in holding a knife. And at first you're like, oh shit, Bear, you're done for. But she just calmly says, well, if I have the bed all to myself tonight, I'll lay there warm until slowly I feel cold, like I walked into a freezer. And then my hands will feel like they're full of sand, like when you lay on them wrong. And then that feeling will slowly spread across my entire body. You're still in my heart, but you're slipping. Any thought of pain or regret will slip away like a chemical switch. And even though it's quiet in the room, somehow it gets even quieter. It's not painful. You just let go of everything you once were. And then there's nothing. It's not darkness. No, sweetie. Darkness is a color. There's just nothing.
Or you could stay.
Yeah, and then just totally fucking Chipper walks away.
I would have been like,
holy fucking shit.
Dramatic. Why didn't you just say, you're going to kill yourself if I leave? It's like drawn out a bit, huh?
Because this was much fucking creepier.
What am I, your fucking storybook? Come on.
Yeah, right. Of course, we get his response immediately. We cut to the middle of the night. The two of them are in bed, but Bear is wide awake. It's silent in the room until Bear's phone goes off loud as fuck with a text alert from Sarah, and everybody's fucking buttholes pucker up thinking it might have woken Nikki up.
That's what I was going to say. This is the most unbelievable part of the movie.
Right. If she woke up to him sneaking out to fucking go search on the internet.
I mean, even before he gets up, but yeah, just the chime of his fucking phone right there.
Right.
Turned up all the way.
Yeah.
She's laying right next to his head. Even if the chime didn't get her, when he went for it and then it was lit up, she would have like peeked up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who are you talking to at 3 a.m., motherfucker?
Well, he looks over at his phone and apparently it's Sarah saying something she's got to tell him. Multiple things, actually. Meet me at the park. And he replies, I can't, but she insists it's important.
Dude, does her not peeking up and looking support some of the other theories? You know, like the cat thing. The cat isn't a human. The cat isn't a jealous girlfriend that's ever had a situation.
Maybe she's just in a deep sleep right here because she is in a human body. Maybe she's in a fucking REM cycle or whatever.
But she's not even always sleeping. Sometimes she's standing in the motherfucking corner watching. So this would prove that that's
up all hours of the night is a cat-like thing.
Any human female would have peeked her head up to see what that phone was about. Any.
You can't not notice.
Yeah. It's fucking not trained.
I mean, whatever. He whispers to Nikki to see if she's awake. Nothing from her, but he's still not comfortable.
Fuck no.
He tells Sarah, just fucking text me. And she's like, no, fuck that. If you don't come to me, I'm coming to you.
No.
He's like, no, please don't fucking do that, Sarah.
The rug is destroyed out there. Nobody can come over right now. I haven't had time to get a new one.
Not until I get a fucking rug doctor. He's like, fuck me. All right. And he sneaks out of bed. Like when you're laying your kid down to sleep, but like trying to sneak out as quiet and as slow as you fucking can so you don't wake him up. But he just creeps over so slowly toward the door. And as he reaches it, Nikki calls out, Bear? He's like, God damn it.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah. And he turns around to tell her he's just getting water. But her response is, kill me, please. She's sleeping. It's me. Oh, fuck. Nikki's able to speak now via her fucking subconscious physical mind in rest mode.
Right.
He's like, you are Nikki. She's like, please don't wake her up. Just kill me. And Bear takes completely the wrong fucking angle here and misses the point entirely, saying, what would be so bad? What's so bad about being with me? No, you fucking idiot. Because Nikki replies, I've never been with you, Bear. Just kill me, please. And he walks away as she continues to plead with him. But then we cut to him arriving outside of Sarah's car. And he gets in the passenger seat. He's like, I didn't know you still did this. Fucking parked outside of Franklin, just chilling.
Probably smoking dope.
Yeah.
I figured, you know.
She's like, oh, I mean, I don't really do this anymore. She is smoking, by the way, and I think it might be a joint.
I would think so.
Maybe.
Chilling.
But she's like, so what the fuck is up with Nikki? And he's like, well, she hasn't really told many people this, but her dad is dying, so, you know, it's pretty fucked. And Sarah's like, wait a minute, I thought she hated her dad. I really do hope she figures it out because right now she's really not okay. And I also think it's fucked up that she's leaning on you.
Right.
And Bear's like, well, I don't mind being there for her. But Sarah's like, bro, that's not on you. She needs therapy.
Right.
I don't think it's okay that she's taking advantage of you. And that's an interesting flip.
Right.
He denies that Nikki's taken advantage of him, but that's when she changes the subject, telling him she finally got her college acceptance letter from Luther. I thought we could read it together. Maybe my dad will let me tattoo successful daughter across his forehead where his hairline is supposed to start.
Ouch.
But Bear's like, oh my God, I will pay you to do that. I have sleeping pills in my pocket. We could literally do it tonight. But he's like, all right, let's open this thing. And then Sarah gets serious. I need to tell you some things first, even though I told Ian I wouldn't. Ian and Nikki have been hooking up on and off for like 2 years. It's super casual. It's not romantic. But he thinks that she's dating you to get back at him. And even if she's not, it's kind of a shame because I think you need someone more chill. And he's like you? Yeah, like you? And she's like, I mean, I was to your left.
Right.
In the game, you were supposed to kiss me.
So this is what I kept hinting at and didn't want to say it flat out. And it's that Ian and Nikki have been hooking up for 2 years. And maybe it's not boyfriend, girlfriend,
but still.
Straight up. But so that led me back to that's kind of why, like, yeah, Bear's fucking Wish did this whole fucking thing. And he doesn't have a fucking backbone.
Right.
But Ian was sitting with him while he was confessing his fucking love.
Exactly.
Practicing.
He was helping. He probably suggested, hey, could you sit down at this table with us, please, and help my friend?
And
you know what I mean? Why fucking facilitate that?
He rushed up. Hey, did you sleep with Nikki last night? He was like, dude, it's so fucked.
You know that shit's going to come out eventually. What if a relationship does start between Bear and Nikki?
He should have just been like, hey, bro, I know you like her, but I've been fucking her for a while.
Exactly. If he was actually a fucking friend.
Right. And it's like, hey, if you want to go for that, because, and I think what it is too is Ian wanted more than just fucking. And that's why he was
staring. When they were making out in the back, he's fucking staring at him jealous.
He's going like,
just like Sarah stares at him jealous because she wants Bear.
Right.
Exactly.
It's all fucking bad from everybody.
Yeah.
But like,
except Sarah. I think Sarah is the only one in this situation that's wholesome and pure and innocent.
Right. Yeah, and she just likes Bear.
Right.
You know?
Doesn't want him to get hurt.
It's totally fucked. Like when that was dropped in the movie, I was like, oh my fuck, Ian, you dick. Because, we're going, Bear could have prevented this. He could have did this. It's like, well, Ian could have. Yes. He wouldn't even went to the goddamn crystal store.
Just let Bear fucking cry it out for a night in his bed, and he'll fucking realize, okay, that's not going to happen. Oh, maybe Sarah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Fuck, man.
But then, like I said too, you get signs of Nikki being like, oh, well, she definitely doesn't, she definitely is not into Bear. But then you see a couple times where you're kind of like,
yeah, maybe.
Do you like me? Because I need you to tell me if you like me right now.
Right. And we don't know what her response could have been.
It could have been a trap, or it could have been, hey, this is supposed to happen. Oh, I like you. You know what I mean?
Sure. She was like, well, maybe I've been considering lately. Like, we do have a connection. Or maybe it could have been, listen, Bear, I understand that, and I'm flattered, but we don't really work. I'm not really attracted to you. Whatever it is, which will suck and it'll hurt, but fucking get through it and move on.
She could have wanted the opposite because of Ian being mean. Maybe she did want soft guy. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, we'll never fucking know. Either fucking way. She says, I was to your left. In the game, you were supposed to kiss me, and holy fucking shit, bam! Out of nowhere, Nikki just runs out of the darkness like fucking T-1000, smashing a brick through her window, and holding it in front of Sarah's steering wheel to smash the fuck on her face on it. I counted 23 times.
Yeah, dude.
And Sarah's face just turns into fucking hamburger meat, dude.
I feel like the first 2, 3, 5, 10 that they're showing right here all look good, but I noticed a quick transition to some kind of dummy or something.
Probably. I mean, how else are you going to do it, I guess, practically?
The blood fucking splatter onto
Bear?
onto Bear's face, and the fucking car was great.
Yeah, dude, this moment is fucking wild. Just when Bear has finally come into the realization that Sarah likes him for real, here comes Nikki to fuck it up with a fucking master plan of evil like I've never seen. It's insane the way she smashes this brick through the window and perfectly places it so fast on the steering wheel in one fluid motion, and it's fucking all over before you know it, man.
Right.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And my favorite part of this whole thing, and like I said before, when we were watching this part, I was equal parts appalled and fucking laughing my ass off, because each time she smashes her face into the brick, there's a tiny little honk from the horn. It's like, honk, honk, honk,
Yeah.
And this scene is super striking, but after I caught my breath a little, I couldn't fucking stop laughing about that. But we cut back to Sarah's face, and her eye is just jutting out of her head now, and her face is caved in and completely fucking pulverized.
A little bit of eyeball trauma from Cinnabites.
Little CET, yep. And once again, Nikki is obscured by shadow, and her face is her hair is kind of hanging in front of her face. I wonder if that was on purpose to block her vision from her reflection in the glass.
Okay.
But moreover, they continue to do this throughout the movie. Nikki shrouded in shadow, I think because she's not herself. She's just an avatar of a human being that resembles Nikki now.
Right.
And she's more animal than person at this point. It's a really fucking interesting thing and well done.
Right.
But I'm also pissed at Bear. I know this was all super sudden and maybe he couldn't react. But I feel like after he realized what was going on, maybe he could have shoved an arm in between Sarah's face and the brick and possibly saved her.
It was already too late.
But no, of course Sarah's fucking dead. The most pure fucking innocent character in the whole movie just snuffed out. But Bear's sitting there in shock, backed up against his door, covered in blood. And of course Nikki apologizes. I'm so sorry you had to see that, baby. But it is kind of your fault.
Yep.
And remember that you wanted this. But I'm so happy you did, baby. And he starts to have a panic attack, so Nikki runs around the car to comfort him. No, it's okay. Listen, we need each other. But you're going to have to help me get rid of her body.
Yeah, he's in fucking shock, dude.
Yeah, he's like, no, I fucking can't do that. And we cut back to a close-up of Sarah's mangled face, and it's like, God damn. And he's like, no, I can't do that. And she's like, no, listen, this is your fault. Sarah's your fault. You wished for this. But baby, listen, we can fix it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to help you. And we cut to them dragging Sarah's body and dumping it in her trunk behind the music store in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what the fuck they're doing there.
Yeah, didn't make a whole lot of sense.
But we cut inside to Bloody Bear just sitting there fucking transfixed. And Nikki walks up behind him covered in blood, telling him, she's ready, baby. Why don't you go home? I'll take it from here. Back at home, Bear turns off his car in the driveway and hears the distinct call of a nightbird in the distance. And he holds up Sarah's bloody acceptance letter and opens it. And of course, she fucking got in. Congratulations, it's my pleasure to inform you you've been accepted, blah, blah, blah. Holy fuck. Makes the whole thing even more tragic. Her life was about to turn around.
Doesn't fucking matter now. You're dead.
Right. That's too much for Bear, dude. He can't take it. He just starts screaming at the top of his lungs in his car, shaking his fucking steering wheel, absolutely losing it. But we cut to him running back into the crystal shop, covered in blood, looking for more One Wish Willows. And he freaks out when he can't find them at first. So he runs up to the counter asking this dude where they are.
Right.
And this dude's like, what's a One Wish Willow?
Right.
And Bear almost fucking snaps at that. First of all, sir, this guy says, don't come in here with that shit. It is too early. Second of all, I'm fucking with you. They're right here.
Yeah, he just moved him.
Yeah. Dude's like, all right, so you made a shitty wish and now you want to reverse it? That's your fault, dude. The box is full of warnings. Did you call the number on the back?
Right.
Bear's like, dude, fuck you. How could you sell this to people? And the guy's like, no, fuck you. Don't storm in here with this kind of energy, dude.
Yeah.
And that's when...
if everybody knew, they wouldn't buy it. It's kind of what he's getting at.
Is what he says, yeah. But he catches his own reflection in a mirror and apologizes. And he breaks down crying in front of this guy. And the guy's like, oh, man, what did you do?
Right.
And he answers, she's obsessed with me. And the guy's like, oh, well, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
Bear's like, no, you don't understand. Something bad happened. And he's like, I need to reverse it. Maybe you could make a wish? And dude's like, nope, sorry, I already used mine. Really? And you're working in a crystal shop?
No. So here's a side note.
Okay.
Is that the chick from earlier?
Is the guy the chick? I think it's just a different guy that works in this shop.
I wondered if it was the same person. Maybe the chick used the One Wish Willow. I already used,
to turn into a man?
Maybe.
Huh.
I thought they kind of looked alike.
That'd be interesting. Actually, the themes of like female autonomy in this movie, like maybe that would work. I'm sick of living as a female. I want to live as a man.
I thought that's what happened with the, I already used mine, man.
Sure.
And I was kind of like, oh shit, is it the fucking, I thought.
Right. I mean, that very well could be.
Maybe that's a stretch too. Yeah. I was kind of like, that's just, I thought maybe that chick earlier was like shop owner. Like, oh, you own this weird shop. And that's why she's on the phone.
There. This dude might be the owner. For all we fucking know. I don't know. But anyway, Bear's like, all right, what the fuck do I do? And the guy confirms, well, maybe if someone else makes a wish that contradicts yours, you could even ask her. Since it's for you, she'd probably do it.
Right.
Or you could die or kill yourself.
It was spitballing.
He's like, if you got any ideas, fucking throw them out. But we cut back to him in the car, opening another One Wish Willow. And the stupid jingle plays again. And he hastily wishes, I wish Nikki Freeman only loved me as a friend. And he tries to break the stick, but physically cannot.
Yeah, dude. No matter how hard he fucking tries.
No, dude, he's like bending it over the steering wheel and shit.
Right.
So he freaks out again, immediately going over to Ian's house, banging on the door. Dude, I texted you like 50 times.
Yeah, plan B.
Yeah. He's like, hey, so you know how Nikki started liking me all of a sudden? And Ian sees him covered in blood. Like, what the fuck happened? Is she okay?
Right.
Also, by the way, why is Sarah texting me, saying all this weird shit, asking me to come over to your place? What's happening?
Yeah, do not go over there.
Yeah, dude, Bear's like, whatever you fucking do.
Yeah,
stay away from my
Nikki's
place.
got the phone, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bear tries to leave to go back and put a stop to the texting, I assume. But when he tries to run off, Ian screams at him, Bear, tell me what the fuck is happening right now. So the sound cuts out again, and Bear lays it all out on the table. He's like, I made a wish and broke this piece of wood. I didn't think it was real, but it is. You can make one wish and it is real and it will work. I did it. It worked. Think about how drastically Nikki changed.
Right.
And Ian's like, wait, dude, did you take her to a psychic or something? Some kind of program? Bear's like, shut the fuck up. There's no goddamn program. You just got to take this stick and make a wish.
It's real.
And Ian's like, are you fucking kidding me? Is this a joke to you? And he's like, no. And Ian's like, all right, then make another fucking wish. And Bear's like, you can't. You only get one. And Ian snags the stick, and Bear reacts like it's a fucking loaded gun. He's like, bro, fucking be careful with that.
Yeah, he wants him to make a wish.
Right.
He didn't make a wish.
But he wants him to make the necessary wish to reverse this shit.
Right.
And he tells him, I want you to make a wish that I never made a wish.
Right.
And then you can be with Nikki, which of course that's what Ian reacts to, saying, oh my God, dude, is that what this is about? I was going to tell you.
Right.
But Bear's like, no, dude, I don't give a fuck about that. I just need you to make this wish.
Right.
And he's explaining how he wants him to word this. But Ian just interrupts it saying, I wish for $1 billion, and snaps the stick.
Dude, it just starts raining money.
From his fucking ceiling, all around him, money's just dropping down everywhere, and Bear just drops to his knees, staring at Ian like, you son of a bitch, I fucking told you.
I kind of wondered at first if like this money was going to kill him, like it was going to
like bury them alive.
Like a bad wish.
Yeah.
You know, like something bad happens
Exactly.
to him. It's like all of a sudden he's like,
they're lucky.
Cool.
They're lucky it didn't come down in coins, dude.
It's just one bag.
Oh my God. Yeah, like a fucking anvil in a cartoon. But we cut back to Bear arriving at home, and as soon as he walks into the door, he calls out to Nikki, I need you to do something for me. And apparently this dude bought out the stock of One Wish Willows because he's got another one.
And another one.
Yeah, dude. But when he walks in, he sees these weird black flowers on the table. There's a bunch of candles burning and a fucking shrine to Bear and Nikki's love, apparently. And he calls out to Nikki, hey, you'll do anything for me, right? But as he does, we see her fucking appear from the darkness of the corner behind him doing that weird jerky motion shit.
She did the robot this time. She was like...
It kind of, yeah. Like across the bright living room window. He opens the box and the jingle plays again. Nikki still doesn't say anything, but we see on the TV in the background, there's a weird home video of Bear just sleeping in his bed.
I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of weird shit happening right now.
Right.
She's dressed like Sarah.
Well, that's when he looks up to see Sarah's body first, sitting in a chair in the dining room, mostly naked, and it looks like the skin on her chest was flayed off of her body. What the fuck is that about?
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like she's wearing a jacket and like knee socks and tights or some kind of tights, or her shoes are still on. They might be like hooker boots, whatever. But she's naked otherwise.
She was like stripped out of what she's wearing because Nikki's got on a bunch of her shit here.
Right. But she's got like the jacket still on and the shoes, whatever. But anyway, her face is still pulverized and there's some kind of chest wound, which had to have happened post-mortem. That didn't happen in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So she's fucking with her body after she's dead. And then from behind him, he hears, I'll do everything for you, baby. And Bear slowly turns around with Nikki saying, do you like me better now? And she's smoking a cigarette. Her hair is styled like Sarah. She's wearing her fucking dress.
Right.
And either wearing her skin or she's drawn tattoos on herself to match Sarah.
Right.
And she's like, why can't you love me? And she smashes her own face with the brick now, trying to look even more like Sarah. And he screams for her to stop. And she starts walking toward him, dropping the brick, saying, God, I want to eat you up. And that's when Ian starts pounding on the door. Dude, open up. I got like $1 billion. It's real. Yeah, I fucking know it's real. That's what I was trying to tell you, jackass.
Right, dick.
Then Nikki snaps back to consciousness for a second, screaming, stop. But then, right back to the obsessed avatar. Oh, I want to smell like you. And that's when Ian yells in, you guys better not be doing any weird shit. I'm coming in. And Nikki walks Bear down as he sits on the couch. And as Ian comes in behind her, she holds a gun up to her fucking chin, screaming, "I'll kill myself right fucking now." But then she turns and shoots Ian right between the eyes.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Fucking takes no time at all.
Not even a fucking second thought, dude.
No.
He like opens the door. It's like, BAM!
Right. And the score gets quiet again as she screams, "I'll rip my eyes out of my fucking skull and shove the barrel in my pussy, Bear." And then she throws up on him.
Yeah, dude. Ew.
And he just answers back, "I love you, but it's not good enough." She's like, "Scream it." And he's like, "I love you." And she's right back to her calm state. And she's like, "Oh, okay. I knew you did. You owe me that." And she sits down and cuddles up next to him on the couch. "I love you so much, baby." And he tells her, "I'm going to make this work." And she says, "You have to. I'm going to heal. I'm sorry for the theatrics. I don't know why I do that. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be pretty again." And he says, "You're the most beautiful girl in the whole world." She's like, "Yeah, we're going to be together forever and ever and ever."
Fucking Jesus.
And there's a brief silence. And she says, "What?" And he looks over at her like, "What the fuck do you mean, what?" She says, "You shook your head. Why did you shake your head?" And he's like, No. I just thought we should freshen up first." And he tells her, yeah, let's go. He stands up from the couch, but when she stands up, she turns back into freaky Nikki for a second. She's like, "Oh, I know what you want."
Mm-hmm.
And then, bam, smash cut to Bear slamming the door of the bathroom, locking himself in. Outside, Nikki screams, "No, fuck you. And she's like pounding on the fucking door.
Dude,
like this moment reminds me of Hereditary with fucking Annie up on the ceiling, headbanging her way into the attic.
Right. Like a nonstop fucking...
Yeah, it's fucking unrelenting. Just keeps pounding. And he fucking locks the door. He's like, "Just give me a second." She's like, "No, fuck you. Let me in." And the same basic reaction, interestingly, from Bear as Peter in Hereditary 2. He's like, "Mommy, I'm scared. Please stop."
Mm-hmm.
The banging is powerful and just fucking relentless. And she's rattling the handle and asking what he's doing, but he screams again, "Just a second." And then she snaps back to happy, "Okay, thank you."
Right.
And then everything stops. And she just fucking walks away, apparently. But Bear just starts pacing back and forth in the bathroom, holding this gun, freaking the fuck out. And he looks at himself in the mirror for a second when Nikki calls in, "Hey, baby, I was thinking maybe we should break up." And he doesn't respond, but he pulls the tiger's eye out of his pocket and starts trying to figure out where he wants to shoot himself. Chest?
Right.
No, he starts feeling around for where his heart is, but realizes he's not exactly sure. So he puts the gun in his mouth, trying to get the right angle, while Nikki's outside saying, "If space is what we need, then take it. It's going to be okay."
Right.
And that's when he opens up the medicine cabinet to grab Chekhov's fucking oxycodone here.
Right. A little bit easier.
Right.
You know?
And he starts downing them one by one, but then he dumps the entire bottle into his mouth and swallows them dry, gagging as he does.
Right.
And he just sits there for a minute, waiting. But of course, he's Bear, so he chickens out and decides to gag himself to induce vomiting so he doesn't die.
So he thinks.
But as he does that, we hear the One Wish Willow jingle from out in the living room.
They like the box open.
Nikki just opens another one, and he doesn't complete the process of throwing up when we hear the stick break, and suddenly he stops doing everything.
Right.
There's a new, far-off look in his eye, and he puts the trash can down, smiling, and stands up to walk back out into the living room, where the two of them face off, both bloody and disheveled, but both smiling at each other, finally madly in love and both obsessed with each other.
Yeah, dude, she made the fucking wish.
Turns out Nikki made a wish of her own.
This will be perfect now.
Yeah, if only. But he walks to her and kisses her, but then the music starts to distort and fucking like warble.
Right.
And he drops to his knees with the oxycodone taking effect. And she's like, honey, no, Bear, oh my God, what did you do?" And she drops onto the couch, cradling Bear in her lap as he starts to foam at the mouth.
Right.
And the light fucking just leaves his eyes, dude. And she's sobbing once again, and in a very Romeo and Juliet-esque twist, she grabs the gun like, "Fuck it, I have nothing left to live for, I'm just gonna end it." And she puts the barrel into her mouth, but luckily, that's when Bear's death is complete.
Right.
And his wish expires, which snaps Nikki back to being regular old Nikki, with no supernatural entity inhabiting her. And she freaks the fuck out, drops the gun, whimpers until she starts crying like fully at the horror of the fucking carnage around her.
Oh, yeah.
Bear's laying dead in her lap, and she pushes him off to the floor. Ian's dead in the fucking corner by the door. Sarah's body's all carved up in the kitchen.
Right.
Poor Nikki can't handle any of it. Might have been better off if she had succeeded in blowing her brains out, actually, at this point, because I can't imagine living with all this now.
Right.
Super fucked up. But the Little Dippers' song Forever starts playing on the soundtrack as the camera pans down past Bear's dead body to an upside down shot of the TV with static on it.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Which is what the closing credits are displayed on. Right. While Nikki continues crying in the background, screaming and asking, "What did you do?"
Right.
And it's pretty shitty for Bear to have a TV like this in 2026. It's like a 1987 fucking Daewoo or whatever.
It's because Grandma's house,
It's
man.
because it's Grandma's house, exactly.
For sure.
But that's it, man. We're fucking out of here. Yeah, so fucking what'd you think, dude? I know at first you weren't on board, but like after a second watch and after having this conversation, how do you feel?
We saw this at the theater, and no, like I said, probably 20, 30 minutes in, me and my wife were already looking at each other like, oh, when's this going to be over? And I think a lot of it was the character shit, man. I don't like the soft role of the male typically because it just, I don't know, dude.
You don't identify with that, and that's okay, but you have to realize that is reality for some people. Some people don't have that confidence. Some people don't have that fucking willpower.
Right.
Which, I mean, it just makes him a relatable character to different people who are not us. You know what I mean? And I get anxiety and shit. I fucking am racked with anxiety sometimes. I take fucking medication for it. I'll tell you that.
Right.
But as far as like, people were comparing him to like Jesse Eisenberg, which I don't agree with at all. I like this dude so much better than Jesse Eisenberg. I can't fucking stand that dude. I hate seeing him in anything.
It reminds me of, I kept thinking him and like Michael Cera in a way, but not completely. Maybe. But
no, Michael Cera's much more somehow fucking like meek and weak than Bear. Even
he never
Michael Johnston.
He never finishes his sentences and trails off. You know what I'm talking about?
Right,
the Michael Cera thing.
Exactly.
I just like to be really awkward and quiet. Finish my sentences real. That's kind of what. But I mean, it wasn't even that either. I mean, I don't know, but like the second watch was better. I don't think this movie's bad by any means. It's a good movie. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just not what I wanted.
I'm glad you've come around to that, because at first you were straight up saying that was a bad movie. I wanted my money back. I wasted my fucking time.
I wish I would have waited.
And you saw this before I did. You saw it in the theater. I waited until it was streaming.
Right. It was because all the talk. And I mean, I think that's
you think you got hyped up, overhyped.
That's
a little
the thing
bit?
too. Is I still think it's overhyped. I do. It's not a bad movie. Everything was good about it. It's not. I don't know.
That's fair. You can feel how you feel about it. We all know you have your thing. I have mine.
Yeah,
we fucking view things differently. I don't think it was overhyped at all. I fucking love this movie.
I don't think there was enough originality. I think there was questionable parts in it.
I disagree with the originality thing, because I feel like, you're right. There's a cliche like setup for it.
It's the wish.
You know, be careful what you wish for.
I mean,
blah blah blah.
The One Wish Willow was new,
but I think it's creative the way that they use certain things like tech and fucking the way they present all this.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it interesting and fresh.
Oh, another thing too. That's not how you act when you love somebody more than anything in the world. I just want to throw that out there. That was the actual wish. I wish you loved me more than anything in the fucking world.
Right.
If somebody loves you more than anything in the world, they don't fucking act like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing too.
But again, genies, they're fucking taking it to a different place.
Right.
You know?
Right. So like I said, not the worst thing, but not one of my favorites. You know?
Okay. Give me a rating.
Out of 10?
Out of 10, yeah. Just to make it easy.
I mean, I don't know. Give me a 5.
5, right down the
middle.
Okay.
Like I said, it's not the worst, but it's definitely. I hate it when I think a movie at least feels a certain way from the trailer. I expected more. I got more of a drama.
Yeah. More often than not, I feel like trailers fucking ruin movies these days.
It was like everything that was crazy kind of happened in the trailer.
And that's what they like to do, so that you're intrigued in seeing the movie. Oh, fuck, what's this about? And then you get there and you realize you already saw everything. Dude, fuck trailers. Trailers suck.
I wanted complete madness and over the top.
I would rather have like a teaser of like a little bit of a scene or something.
Right.
And then call it there. And then you can fucking throw your title card over it and we're good.
Right. That's where this is. This movie felt more drama. And there's more story happening.
It's definitely
and
super dramatic.
Right.
Yeah.
Dramatic. There we go.
Huh. Okay. That's fair enough. The world disagrees with that. It's got a fucking 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I saw that.
It's fucking critically acclaimed like a motherfucker. I guess this premiered on September 5th, 2025 at the Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF for short. during the Midnight Madness block, where Focus Features acquired the rights for somewhere between 14 and 15 million, which is the highest price ever for a genre film in TIFF history.
Wow.
Theatrically, it released in the US on May 15th of 26 and set multiple box office records as the 8th highest grossing horror film of all time, not adjusted for inflation. 8th highest. And I guess it was the first wide release outside of Christmas season since E.T. in 1982.
Jesus.
To increase its earnings for 3 consecutive weekends.
Yeah.
It also outgrossed The Blair Witch Project as the top grossing festival acquisition of all time, overtook Sinners as the highest grossing live action English language original film of the 2020s, and surpassed Enter the Fucking Dragon with Bruce Lee from 1973 as the highest grossing film with a budget under $1 million adjusted for inflation ever.
Yeah, Jesus.
This movie did big fucking things. Rotten Tomatoes consensus reads, taking an icky conceit and twisting it into a deviously crowd-pleasing ends. Obsession is dauntingly disturbing while also skillfully amusing and thrilling. Christian Zilko of IndieWire said it was proof that the Kregorification of the 2020s horror is in full effect, as its combination of sadistic violence, ironic needle drops, and comedy mined from people responding to tragedy in pathetically self-serving ways will merit plenty of comparisons to Barbarian and Weapons, which, yeah, agreed. Katie Reif of RogerEbert.com said Navarrette's emotional scenes remind the audience of the human being trapped inside the body she no longer controls, making the character more tragic, and Bill Bria of Slash Film compared Nikki's impact to performances in 1970s horror films such as The Exorcist and Carrie. I only found one remotely negative review for this from Odie Henderson of the Boston Globe, who still praised Navarrette's fearless performance and complimented Barker for knowing how to get a communal reaction with his jump scares and savage gore, but criticized the story, writing that it tries to say something about female autonomy and male selfishness, yet it plays like an overlong 108-minute riff on the old reliable stand-up routine subject, girlfriends be crazy. Which is funny, and I can see where he's coming from, but I disagree. I think the depth of this movie's themes can't be overstated, nor can the execution in conveying them. It won multiple awards at multiple festivals and award shows, and for good reason, I think, and will continue to. On a budget of $750,000. On that budget of under $1 million, guess what this fucking racked in?
I remember seeing the number, but it was high.
$459 million.
Damn, yeah.
Wow.
It's fucking crazy.
I think this movie's fucking incredible. We mentioned some of the fan theories earlier, like the mirrors and Cats. Her seeing her reflection is what snaps her back. It's sort of a duality thing as well. With Cats, you know, going from the Middle Eastern origins of the genie and jinn, you know, you make a wish forcing affection or circumventing free will, and it brings about unforeseen consequences, making it a cautionary tale of, you know, the classic trope of the forbidden fruit, if you will. Don't start none, won't be none. That's what fucking Genie tries to warn us of in Aladdin. I can't bring anybody back from the dead. And he's like, you know, rule number 2, can't make anybody fall in love or whatever. But listen to this shit. I had to brush up on my fucking Egyptian folklore and whatnot, but I guess in ancient Egyptian culture, the willow tree was linked to the god Osiris and represented rebirth, which makes a lot of sense, not to mention genies and jinns are of Middle Eastern origin. And I guess the tree is named the Weeping Willow because Osiris was killed by Set, his body parts were scattered, and the willows were so sad they started weeping, and that's why he's associated with resurrection and rebirth, which is what we're getting here, rebirth through Nikki's body as the vessel. He was considered the judge of the dead and resurrection, and the tree was sacred to Osiris because it sheltered his body after his death, and along with it his soul, often represented as a bird, a night bird perhaps. There's also the Egyptian cat-headed god Bast, and in the Hellenistic period became associated with the goddess Isis, who was the sister wife of Osiris, and helped to resurrect him by bringing his parts back together. She was also said to help usher the dead and protect his heir, Horus. And during the same period, that's when the Egyptians started to revere and mummify cats. So that explains, albeit loosely, the willow stuff, the cat stuff, the soul replacement stuff, the Hansel and Gretel stuff, brother and sister being in love, etc., and her doing the whole fucking cat shrine at the beginning thing. Holy fucking shit. I think we can trace shit back to that. But otherwise, as far as like the movie itself and the crafting of it, I think it's fucking fantastic. The cinematography is incredible. I guess they used shots that they described as center composed, but having extra headroom to make shit more uncomfortable, which I think works.
Right.
I think the use of shadow and light and obscuring Nikki in various ways is fucking incredible. The sound design is amazing. That dude fucking knocks it out of the park on his first fucking film ever. Both with the fucking score, the sound design, and the needle drops, I think he fucking crushes it.
Right.
The acting is fucking top tier. You may not like Bear. I don't like Bear either. He's a piece of shit, and he
terrible.
fucking deserves everything that he had fucking coming to him. And I wish he would have died sooner without other people having to die as well. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's where I completely disagree too. We pointed out so many times that he's just this fucking kid that loves this girl. And I mean, yeah, bad shit happens, but fuck, dude, people make mistakes, right? He makes a little wish, and we can tell for sure.
We can all sympathize with making a wish for sure.
This wish wasn't with his cock at all. He's not thinking with his dick here.
It was his heart, and
and that's why I'm like, I don't really like. Yeah, for sure. Hey, you fucking asshole! Look what you did. But
right.
Overall, it wasn't like Ian. If Ian would have made that wish, he would have been thinking with his dick,
right,
to fuck Nikki. You know what I'm saying?
But as soon as he started seeing her acting weird, he should have fucking.
He immediately
started trying to figure out ways out of it.
Oh, he went about it the wrong way. He immediately curled up in a little ball and was like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah,
even with the, "Hey, come lay with me." I don't think that's a good. There you are.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna kiss you. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
There, now we're kissing.
Right.
You know. So
yeah,
it's fucked. But
I mean, yeah,
and everybody suffers from it.
Everybody suffers from it. Nikki is a little bit of an asshole in the beginning of this movie, which he shouldn't have been attracted to her. But at the same time, otherwise she's innocent. You know what I mean?
Like, the underlying. Everybody was fucking, god damn it.
Right.
That
right.
made everything complicated too.
Exactly.
So
yeah. So fuck Ian. He's an asshole. Shouldn't have done that. Sarah's cool. She shouldn't have died. That sucks. I mean, clearly this is a very fucking compelling story that is prompting vehement fucking discussion between the two of us. This is an over fucking 2-hour long episode.
Right.
And I think it merits it, dude. I think this movie deserves all the fucking discussion happening around it because it puts people in different camps. It fucking, you know,
there's a lot of angles.
There's a lot of angles and it's all fucking gray areas.
Right.
You got to pick your side. But like, I think knowing some of the background of like the lore shit really puts it into perspective. And I fucking love this movie. 9 out of 10 face smashing bricks for me.
You think he was fucking his cat?
He was absolutely not fucking his cat.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying. All the lore adds.
No.
It's like, so Nikki was his cat.
No, I'm talking about the Egyptian shit and background into why, like the inspirations for why Curry Barker added these elements into the story.
I got you.
You know,
I thought you were saying it's all adding up.
No, dude. I think
Mr. Bonkers.
I think the genie shit was very intentional. I think the guy that he calls on the fucking One Wish Willow hotline, I think that's the genie.
Oh.
And I think maybe if, you know, people are going down this cat thread, if he put a cat entity into Bear, then why not the now free and open soul of his cat Sandy that just died? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if that's what's happening, I don't know if it is. We don't really get answers, but it's fucking possible. But I think the genie angle was very intentional. I'd like to hear what Curry Barker has to say about a lot of this stuff.
I hope there's not a second.
No, I don't want a fucking sequel to this. We don't need sequels to everything, guys. Calm down.
I don't know. I broke all these records.
Well, yeah, that's fine, but that just means Curry Barker, keep doing your thing. Right. He has kind of become my new Ari Aster. I'm expecting big things out of this dude, which that got me in trouble with because I loved Hereditary, loved Midsommar, and then fucking goddamn Beau is Afraid came out, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? But, I mean, that's all a matter of perspective, too. So we'll see what fucking happens with that. Otherwise, I recommend you definitely fucking go out and buy this fucking movie or buy it on streaming, whatever you need to do. We need to support Curry Barker's filmmaking for the future because I want to fucking see more.
Yeah, I'm kind of like anytime there's big talk about anything, you need to watch it regardless.
Yeah.
So you can get your take on it. You know?
For sure. Yeah. And that's what we're here to do. And we hope you enjoyed listening to us do it today. We definitely had a good time, obviously, whether you liked the movie or not, which we're kind of in different camps about, but still, this was a great fucking discussion. I had a great fucking time with. We hope you all enjoyed it too. But that's going to wrap it up for us, and take it easy, y'all. Be good to each other, and until next time, dreams are fleeting. Only nightmares last forever. Follow your nightmares.
I bid you welcome.
Thanks for listening to the Cenobites Podcast. If you like what you heard, follow us on our socials at Cenobites Pod on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, and review. It really goes a long way in helping us reach more listeners.
You can stream the Cenobites on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and many more popular streaming platforms and YouTube.
Questions or comments? Suggestions for future episodes? Contact us at CenobitesPod@gmail.com. If you'd like to support the show and help us make it a better product for you, subscribe at CenobitesPod.buzzsprout.com.
Until next time, keep following those nightmares.
Obsession.
I can't bring anybody back from the dead.
You think he was fucking his cat?
He was absolutely not fucking his cat.